time it is, buddy?
Fever time.
Yeah, man!
Fire.
Everything that you carry, any luggage you take, all the ghosts you keep in hiding, they don't scare me away. No, 'cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. It's a past that keeps on calling, or if it keeps you awake. I won't let a scar keep me from your lips. I catch every tear from your face. 'Cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you.
What is up, everyone? Happy Tuesday to you all. Tonight we are going to dive back into the Institute with, one more episode after this left? Oh, I'm so sad to see it come to an end. I can't believe it.
The
We're
heartbreak.
almost done, guys.
Heartbreak.
Oh, darn.
That 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I just can't wait for the next season.
No.
That's painful.
No.
That's even a hard lie for me to tell. It hurt. But yes,
Right?
we are going to dive into
Your
this
noses
week's-
are growing.
I know. I feel like
Pinocchio
Pinocchio
nose.
over here. But we're going to dive into the episode. And of course, joining me as always, my most awesome bestie in the whole wide world, Miss Dana, the most generous, awesomest person ever. How are you doing tonight?
Dana.
I'm doing
Dana.
good.
Dana.
You guys are funny. It's nothing. I don't do nothing.
You do so much.
I don't do nothing.
You do. You
I
do a
just
lot. You
sit
guys don't
here.
even know. Look, she's like running 3 Discords, basically all kinds of stuff. You have no idea.
Dana. Dana.
Yeah, I gotta get better. I gotta manage my time better.
You're doing
I have
awesome
horrible
job.
time management.
Shit.
I'm horrible time
Look,
manager.
James, you know when she says that, that's just the biggest from the truth because, like, she
It's the
has
craziest shit.
spreadsheets and shit, man.
As
Like,
they say around here, that's the craziest shit I ever did here.
right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It is
No, I
crazy.
love you guys.
It's just Dirty Dana. Don't worry about
Right.
Dirty Dana.
Shh. We talk about that. That's Friday night stuff. Look, this is the Institute. It's very
Right, we're
serious,
professional around here. We're professionals.
right? I don't know what you're talking about. That may or may not have happened, but this is the Institute is a very serious show.
Right, it's not midnight
Very
yet. It's not
serious.
midnight. It's not midnight yet.
I'm very concerned about this show.
It was rough, but also welcome, James. How you doing?
Hello.
Doing good. You've got a lot of stuff going on, man. You've been doing some live streams, of course, lots of videos.
Oh man,
Doing the thing.
it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, being a YouTuber, not being able to afford pasta.
Are you on the ramen noodle diet? I've been there.
You need me to send you some New York pasta, James. I sent it to Scarlett.
Oh, it's the best, dude. The one she sends
Oh,
me, I
yeah?
can never say it right, but it's my favorite now. Like,
Fusilli.
I,
It's Fusilli.
silly. I like that one. That one's fun. What the fuck
She
are you
can't
laughing
pronounce
at?
it.
I
You
can't pronounce it. I could not even probably say the damn vowels wrong or something.
just
I
know
can't
it's
pronounce
good.
a lot of words.
You just know it's good. That's
No,
what
it's
matters.
good. It's like it's the best noodle. You can use it in soups or just like normal pasta dishes. So it's really good. I like
my
it's a
favorite.
versatile one. And
It's
everybody
my
in my house
favorite.
loves it. So it is a winner chicken dinner in my house. But also joining us over there in the corner, snarking, making jokes. You got Mr. Chris Stanley. How you doing, man? Did you enjoy this week's episode?
Hello, everybody. I mean, you know, it had action.
The
It had action.
hesitation.
Oh, we
Well,
got some things to talk
things
about.
happened. Things did
right?
happen. I will
Yeah,
give
there
it
were some
that.
things.
Things happened, so I will give it that. Yeah. Like I told you, this is almost the penultimate episode of the season, right? We got one
Mhm.
more to go, so things did happen.
They did.
Things were
There's
you
your
know.
girl.
Oh wait, who?
Bad for her.
Oh come on. Poor, that poor woman. Come on.
What? You don't? Oh, so she's not good enough for you, Chris? Damn.
Poor woman got incinerated
I
in this
know.
episode.
I was,
It's
I
terrible.
felt for you. I figured you were heartbroken.
I mean, it didn't make me feel good. It didn't make me feel good.
Right? But
Yeah.
no, this was an interesting episode, and we're gonna dive into it. Let's see who we have in the chat though before we do. And I see Mr. Billy Power Max first and foremost. Hail to you, sir. Let's see, we got Miss Debbie Abibo Bebby hanging out tonight. What's up? What's up? And we got Bill Chill saying hot body. That's what see, Chris.
Well,
Incinerated cheeks.
I mean,
And she was on
It was-
fire.
literally, yeah.
Too soon?
I'll tell you what, the lady cop, not so sure anymore. Like I thought she was in on it, but
I know, right? She's
But
a wild
it
card.
could be the ultimate. That's just how good she is. You need somebody to trust. So maybe she's still.
I know,
The
but she had
ultimate
her
betrayal.
opportunity though. She had more than enough of an opportunity to like give them
I'm
up.
I'm still not
Still
sold,
watching
but
her.
hmm
I got my eyes on her.
it's funny when you have a rifle pointed at you, the things you'll do to survive too. You know what I mean?
But even before the rifle, because he he left it right here and goes and well no, he takes the rifle out, but he's in the closet with it, but he has it down here on the stove for a minute, and she has her gun. Like it's in this bag when he comes into the house.
She could be conflicted. We don't know.
Right?
You see, like she had more. He puts it down. They've got more than enough opportunity. Then he even shows her the firearm. It's like, here, this is what I have. Check this out. It's all in the like. If she was one of these agents that they have, she should have been easily able to grab that gun from him.
Right, but the deal. I mean, obviously, she didn't reveal herself all the way through, so it gives you the impression that she's not in on it. That's I think by now she's not in on it, but let's just go with it.
Go with it, Jim.
If she resisted revealing herself, that's for a bigger reason that even that chick right there, Sigel or whatever his name is,
Sigsby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She don't even know, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I still think there's going to be a 6B arc. I know she's the big bad, and we were kind of all like, well, is she or isn't she?
Well, now it's
Anyway.
different, right? Because they're all kind of fucked.
Right. And so now it's like, I don't know, she's still kind of like a gray area, I think. But,
Oh yeah, especially because and there, it was weird. I had one moment where she's sitting at the table later and she like asked for her cigarettes, but I didn't understand like why she grabs them and like puts them on the table. I'm trying to find that spot. But I was like, why did you grab your cigarette? Like, she didn't smoke it. She got out to smoke one, then she puts it on. I'm like, why the fuck? Maybe at first when I watched it, I'm like, man, did she put it? I had to watch it back to make sure she didn't like do some fuckery, like a tracker or some like bullshit. I was like,
No,
what the
I
fuck
think
is
she's
she
a
doing?
fidgeter. I think she
Okay.
needed something in her hands to fidget with.
There you go.
Okay.
That's a
That
thought.
makes
That's a
sense.
thought.
And she
Because I
likes
wondered, I was
she
just
likes
like,
to
why
burn
the fuck?
herself, so she's like, "Oh, I could really use a burn right now."
She's a pyro.
One or the other, but she's a fidgeter. Like she's always got something in her hands that she's messing with. So she could have just
Right.
pulled out her cigarettes because she was just looking for that,
That makes sense.
sensation.
Because I wonder, because she took the cigarette out and then like basically put it right back in
Yeah.
and just sat
I
the
mean, it's still,
cigarettes on there.
we don't know for sure. It's still about plausible that she did something.
I know. I
She
watched it back and I didn't see anything. Like I was like, did she have some fucking
Right,
secret
she's
shit
activated
inside of this
some
fucking? I know.
secret tracker or
Fucking
something.
seriously. Like,
You
is there a
know,
microphone or
to
something in there?
tell
where people
Death
can
Guy,
hear?
Spy shit. Some
It-
spy
I thought there
shit.
was like a microphone kind of deal, like that way they could hear her back at headquarters or some shit, like the Death Dude or whatever, communicate.
She needs to get laid. That's the problem.
oh snap!
Right?
But she did.
Victor's dad just ain't doing it for her.
She's gotten it a few
Yeah.
times. Not lately though. She's been telling the doctor off because he has not been cooperating and he's been working with the head security man. So yeah, she ain't been giving it up lately.
I mean, for whatever reason, the only letter exposed on her jacket is a B for burn.
Ooh.
This is not an A, like a scarlet letter. Oh, sorry.
Hmm. Oh, you're so funny. Look, I took her facial
Wow.
expressions. They were the best.
That was scary when you popped that up there.
She had the
Waka
best.
waka.
This is what she's explaining. Like, oh, I don't have to, I can't be all worried about some kid and their mother dying and shit. And she just has like the fucking wildest expressions on her face.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Particularly, I was like, yeah, this is good.
Right? We saved the world over 500 times. I'm special.
Oh man, yeah. That speech she went on. Holy shit.
Do you believe her? Like, how much of it do you believe? Like, I do believe that they are trying to kill people and what they think is a better purpose. I don't think it's just all about money. But
Same.
we were kind of talking about it before stream because it goes into a question, Dana, that Miguel has, right?
Yep.
And we're going to post
Yep.
to everyone on panel and in the chat. So, Miss Dana, I will let you tell us what that question is.
Well, he basically was just asked, like, okay, like you're given that same situation, in 9 years that this person is gonna cause the apocalypse. What would you do? Would you save the world or would you? Right, babe? He just walked in. What was your question? How am I wording it right? For
Like, if you had information about the future and you knew bad things were going to
Yes.
happen and you could stop it, would you, at what lengths would you go in order to stop it? And then sort of a question or a follow-up is, do you think that what the Institute, their way of going about this, is it the correct way? So that's a question or two questions that we're going to dive into for sure, and let you guys in the chat let us know what you think. What would you do if you were in this situation, giving future knowledge? Now, again, limited future knowledge. We don't know exactly.
Yes,
we don't know how the precognition or PC track exactly works. She gave us a little bit about it, but like, what would you do to save the world? Would you be willing to do it in the way that the Institute is doing it, or do you think there is a better way of going about it, or just allowing things to happen as they happen? Like, where would you fall with that? And that gets into a pretty good discussion. Because just on its, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this has a very Minority Report vibe to it. If you guys
right.
know that,
Game said.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. getting
it
into other
does.
people's thoughts. And again, we don't know who these secret people who can see the future are either.
Well, they're
We have not
kids.
Well,
been
it
looking.
always comes
They're
down
Yeah,
to
but we don't know who they
same,
are. We haven't seen them. You
right? It
know.
always comes
right.
down to that same age-old question: do you save one for the many? Like, what's the value like of life? Like, is killing one
It's
person
further than that
Right.
though. It's even
Yeah.
further than that because what
right,
they're
James?
talking
The
about.
trolley problem, I think, is how James put it.
But it's even deeper than that. We're not talking about like a small scale, like you kind of know. They're talking about on a very big scale with very limited future knowledge. And the way they described it, like 9 years into the future, there's a lot of things that can happen. And it's curious because this is like the butterfly effect because they know they cause it, but then again, they don't. So that makes me think they can change it. They
Right.
don't
There could
have to
be
kill.
exactly. There's many different. If you know the future, there's many different things, steps you can take, and actions you can take to possibly avoid it without having to take these specific type of
Right. Because
actions,
they're
especially
proving
in
the
the way
fact
they're
that
doing it. Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're proving that it's not a butterfly effect kind of deal or whatever, where like if just because you know the future, you try to change it, you essentially cause the thing to happen. So they're proof that that's not the case. So then if it's the case is that they're kind of outside of those limits, then yeah, I think there should be at least a better way of going about it because it seems like they have to kill each one of these hinges as they call them. And I wonder because you're saying you're saving one for the many, but do you know
There's
they're seeing 9 years, right? So you killed
yeah.
this person and you essentially think you have stopped Armageddon. But essentially, that Armageddon may not have been so bad. So the first hinge that they had, right, that was supposed to be like a bad major event, maybe only killed a certain number of people. Well, the next event got more extreme, right? The next event now is kills a higher number and a higher number. So essentially, are you creating a higher risk of Armageddon? Because instead of letting things play out as they should, you're fucking with the system. The universe usually doesn't like that.
Well,
So
that's a ratioed way to look at it, and that's not wrong either. But I mean, there's no humanity in anything they're choosing to do. So if your ultimate goal is to save humanity, don't you think you should act in a more humane way? And again, who brought it up too on in the show where they're like, then why are you so secretive about it? Like, why are you guys hiding everything? Like,
that's what our guy our night
you know,
knocker said, and she said
right?
to him, well, you tried to prevent a mass murder by shooting a child, and you saw how that turned out, how you got treated or how it it went down. So in other words, it's this kind of age-old thing where the masses can't handle it. People go
Because people are
crazy.
Okay,
stupid.
yeah, but when has that ever stopped the federal government from doing
Oh,
whatever
I'm not saying
they
that
want to
that's
do?
right. I'm saying
Yeah,
that was
yeah, 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 yeah.
her like come back to him asking.
Right. Yeah.
It was the same thing in Men in Black, right? He kind of told the dude, he was like, well, one person can handle it. Yeah, maybe two or three, but the masses freak out. I mean, that's what they said in the movie. I'm not saying it's true, but essentially that's like one of them things they always come back with is like people can't handle the truth. And I'm sure a few people probably will go crazy. They go crazy either way. So, I mean,
right.
because we saw what happened when the government didn't tell us about the drones, right? Those were supposed to, now we know those were supposedly military training courses or whatever, but they didn't want to tell the public about it. So what happened is the public went crazy. We came up with alien theories, all kinds of like China, Russia, like I saw all kinds of whacked out theories when these drones were going around. But now that supposedly there's just they're military drones that they are our own drones that are supposedly just doing just routine things. They're just practicing, which doesn't
Remember that
make it any better. But I mean, when you think about, well, people freak out one way or the other. Well, people freaked out when you didn't tell them.
Do you remember the balloons? Weren't there like hot air balloons or like balloons too? You
Yeah,
remember
supposedly
that?
there's just like weather balloons from China or some shit, and they didn't want to like
Yeah.
knock them down. Eventually they did. That was a whole other thing too.
Right.
And there's a lot of conspiracy theories that birth out of the government not telling us the truth about things, and people do freak out about that. So I don't know which way is actually the proper way to tell the public. That is a good thing to ponder on. But yeah, it's really hard to say. I definitely wouldn't do it the way the Institute is doing, just for the simple fact that they are not giving enough information. They don't even understand the powers that these kids have fully. Like, they have no real concept of the magnitude and how much these kids can do.
Oh,
then
wait.
again,
We got paper clips. The
oh,
kids move
we
paper
got
clips.
paper clips.
They move paper clips. Like these kids are supposed to be like these all
Well, the one
powerful
child
kids,
was
and
the
they
one
move
kid
paper clips.
busted the whole
Well,
fucking
yeah, the overpowered Mary Sue
right.
kid.
I know
Yeah,
he's our
yeah,
unicorn. Look,
right,
he
yeah.
literally he was so constipated he blew the whole. I'm sorry, it's fucking bad though. It's horrible. These poor kids, man. They just
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's funny.
they found I don't know, man. These poor kids have the worst. He has the worst facial expressions throughout this entire fucking episode. And then yeah, this kid he just gets to have every now he's in at the end of the episode or whatever when he goes back to the back half, he tells them basically he's super fucking I'm raged motherfucker. I can do whatever I want. Fuck this place. We're about to bust the fuck out of here. Like they have no idea what powers I have, kind of shit. I'm like, oh, of course you do.
Yeah, it was shot well. I'll give him that. Yeah, look at that screenshot you got there. It was shot well. Like, the production value in the show is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's limited
Well, on
CGI.
some things.
Right. Okay.
There's things, but where do you guys, Dana, where do you fall as far as going back to the question, what would you do to save the world?
I don't know if my first instinct would be to kill that person. I just don't. I would hope that wouldn't be my first instinct, but in a hypothetical situation, I think I would try to maybe lock the person up, isolate them, try something like that. I don't know, like in like a end the world type of situation.
You got
Have
to think about it
one
this way,
person.
Dana. Here's the other thing. You think that one person holds that one specific mindset? You kill him, there's another 10, 15, 20 people right behind
Oh,
him who
yes,
think the
because
same
now
thing.
are we talking about are we bringing fate into the picture? If
Mm-hmm.
something's fated, then it doesn't matter. You could kill that person, you could kill the 10 people after him. But if it's in the cards and that's just what's meant to be, then I think of like the Terminator situation. Like you didn't stop the apocalypse, you only postponed it.
Well, think about political division in this country. It's like, okay, you can get rid of, I'm not going to use a specific politician. You can get rid of that person, but like, there's another dozen right behind them that follow that same logic. So, like, yeah, get rid of that one person. There's another 10, 12 people stepping right in his spot right behind him. So, this whole idea of just like killing one person and it's going to save everything, I don't buy it. That's just me, you know.
Right.
That's
Because
such a hard
it's
ponder.
weird. Like, because again, these kids have powers, right? And they have enough power to put thoughts into the minds of people around their target to cause, like, say, the plane crash. If this guy was, and that was for the senator, and she claims he was going to have a mental break at some point and do all the stuff. Well, if you could plant things in people's mind, like they have all these powers, you're going to tell me the only way to do it is the way they're doing it? It's just something that still doesn't fit right about what
That's
she
true
said.
too. That's a good point. Yeah,
So
that's a good
like
point.
there's something about what they're doing. Like I don't discount what she says about them claiming that these people are a hinge for a major event and taking them out changes future events. That part I believe. Now the rest of it, she might have sugarcoated a little bit, and we already know that she can shield herself. We already know that she's aware of how their powers work. For her to make herself believe her story enough for him to believe it, because even our guy, the Night Knocker, even said, well, she believes it enough. Yeah, you think she's telling the truth? No, she just like a lie detector, right? It's not really detecting a lie. It's more just detecting what you believe to be a lie or truth.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously she's worked, her father, she was talking about her dad in the military. She's grown, all these people apparently are in the military to a degree or worked in the government in some high capacity. Even our lady that they put in the furnace, which she said she was in like Afghanistan when she was like stationed over there. So yeah, I'm assuming they probably have had lots of training on deception, even so much to deceive a lie detector, which means she could probably deceive these kids. So as far as their good deeds to save the world, I don't know if it is saving the world or not, if that's just what they believe they're doing.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
And then the way they go about it is just so like bad. Like I still
So
don't
inhumane.
get like
Inhumane, right? Yeah.
Right.
and they
What
trying to
would
like
you
say
do?
for the better, and I'm like, yeah, you're still a bunch of
Right?
fucking
Like, I
pieces
don't
of
know. I
shit.
just don't like what would you do, James? We need a scientifical level minded individual to weigh in here.
Right?
What would your science brain tell you?
Well, Dana,
Thank you.
see, I agree with you guys. At the one point, a lot of it is just hypothetical, though. Well, what if this? Well, what if this? I mean, you could do that all day long. But, if they've done it since 1950, 500 times, hopefully they know it to be true already. And they're just trying to get ahead of the game. They know, why wait 9 years? They've done it 500 times, and they may know. Like, there's just no doubt. Maybe they let a couple of keyholes get through or whatever, and they saw the results of it, and they have positives like that, or however you want to say it, test results where they can compare. So they may have that data. We don't know all that information, but it goes to the question of how to do it. And I think there's surely a better way to do it. Even if you got to use the kids or something, maybe, I don't know.
Do it above board a little bit more humanely.
Mainly. But the question of what would you do to save the world or whatever has always made me think of this one thing. And it was during the Civil War. General Grant, when Abraham Lincoln went through a bunch of generals, finally he got to General Grant, and they saw a little more eye to eye on how to run the war. So one thing that General Grant, he even said it or wrote it down or whatever, I knew that I had more men than they did. And I could have loss after loss after loss. As long as I kept pounding, as long as I kept pushing, as long as I kept fighting, I could overwhelm them because I have way more men. So if I lose 30,000 men in a battle and they lose 10,000, I might actually be the winner overall. And he was right.
Right of might. The right of
So I personally hope I'm never in a position of authority to have to make that decision. But you can see through stuff like Civil War and other real life situations, you can see that sometimes if you're in a position of authority, you might have to.
Damn. It's a scary it's a scary thought, regardless of how shitty this show is. Like,
Right.
what?
And welcome, Miss Vic. Sorry. What's up, hon?
How far would you go for the greater good? The greater good.
It's a tricky question because the way, I mean, if you take it out of this context of what they're doing in the show, I mean, and just take it as far as like maybe you just had a future knowledge, but not like the kids have all this other stuff going on or whatever. Just somebody just knew, like you just personally, for whatever reason, you like, what was it? Final Destination, and you got to see what was about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's so weird about this, because in most situations, TV, movie, or whatever, when a situation like that happens, death always comes back and gets, like, the universe is going to balance itself out. So when we're watching them, and kind of what you're saying, James, kind of thinking about that, remember when we got to see the Sparkler event and there was that time clock thingy? I wonder if that opening is almost like some weird opening in time that kind of allows them to skirt the effects of like death in a way, because it's so weird if they're stopping an event like that from ever occurring, you would think there would be consequences for that, because those people that, if that event was supposed to happen in the timeline and all those people survived, does that not cause other problems later?
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction type
and
of
so
thing.
I'm curious, like they're saying that they're doing this for the greater good, and she talked about animals and plants and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, that's such a weird concept to try to, like, for them to say, like, we know for sure, because like I just can't think of, like, if this was supposed to happen. And then they're saying, I guess, that it wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, let's go back. They said since the 50s they've been doing it. Let's go back to 1962. right? Or something, right? Just some
Cuban
random
Missile
year.
Crisis.
Yeah, something
Right.
has come up where they've learned at this point, whatever situation they were in, they learned, yeah, we pretty much got proof by this point that, we were waiting up to the last moment. We were waiting up to the last moment. We're waiting till the last moment. And, maybe they got proof somehow that, hey, we don't have to wait. This is a pretty down, we've got it down, the science. We just know. Because they got computers at that point, maybe, and they were able to hook up and see a signal that, like, yeah, I mean,
I know, but there's too many variables. Too
yeah,
many.
that's the
All right,
hypotheticals. Like, you can do that all day long.
that's
though.
what I'm saying. That's why it's like for them to say that they're saving the world by stopping an event. One of these hinges.
I'd like to see these computers in the 1950s
And
as
I don't want
well
to say
that
like
can
it's
predict
so
this shit.
weird because okay, when we think about events
Well,
and
let's
like
say a hinge failed.
catastrophic
Failed
events
and
that
an
have
event
happened.
happened.
That's what I'm saying. So let's think about like just in time when events happen. There's things that after a catastrophic event happen with society, right? There's a lot of either rebuild, new societies rebuild, technology, all kinds of different innovation and things. I hate to say it, out of destruction. A lot of times there is more innovation. So are they stopping innovation? And on top of that, if we have more mouths to feed, like if this was a set event, does that change the food supply down the line? Does that change housing? Because now you have these people who were not supposed to exist now existing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's the whole
And that's how I can't see, like
ripple.
when she's saying that, the ripples from that are so many that I'm
It's
like,
also
how do
like
you
this.
know that you're not causing
Yeah.
worse
Who are you to
events
play God?
happen?
Who are you to
Exactly,
play
and it's
God?
also the same concept of if given the chance, if you could go back and kill baby Hitler, would you do it? Knowing who he is and what he does.
And see,
So
it's so
now it's
hard to
got the
just, I mean, yeah,
concept
of course,
But
of
everyone
but
would want to
also
say, yes,
knowing that
go
your
kill
mom may never
Hitler.
be born.
Exactly. Like you don't know the ripples of that. Like you
Look,
can't.
it doesn't even have to be anything that hardcore. I mean, look at the national highway system. Look at all the traffic. Like I live in New England. Like the traffic is garbage. Like whoever built this modern quote unquote highway system in the 50s or whenever they did it, they clearly didn't look ahead far enough to plan to make more lanes or establish better. Like it's tough. It's tough. You
no,
don't even
but
have to get
that's
all hypothetical with
no,
the
but it's
Hitler
like
thing
here
to
you
know.
are. No, but meaning that okay, we're looking at it like this. They've seen the future, and this pilot, not pilot, this senator allegedly
Right.
becomes the Secretary of Defense, who
Mhm.
allegedly loses his mind, and allegedly rockets go off, and boom,
He
boom,
convinces
boom,
the
we're
president. Yeah,
we're
yeah.
in World War, whatever. So now that event hasn't happened yet, and you could stop it. So here we have an event that has happened. We know what Hitler did. We know the destruction and chaos that he caused throughout the world. So if given that same opportunity to stop him, just because we don't know whether the senator is going to do that, okay. But we know
Know
what
why
Hitler
I would
actually
say
did.
no? I would say if it happened, if somebody did it in a normal timeline and that is how the timeline progressed, I would say fine. You know why I say no? Because it's already happened. And because it's already happened too, you cannot like the amount of lives, like you say you're saving lives, but you don't know the lives that you have actually caused to not be birthed. Because that means different people have gotten together, or maybe some people didn't get together. It could be a surplus or a decrease in births. You never know. So you're actually playing with lives. It's not just Hitler's life and the lives that he took. It's even the lives that are living that got to live on and the
There,
things that
there was
society grew from that.
oh,
Because I wonder if we never, like, if we say the world was always perfect, then we would never advance in other ways.
it's almost like that movie. I cannot think of the fucking movie name, but like this kid, he's in high school. His father built a time machine, and the father dies, and the kid takes up the science and he makes it come to life, and he's got a bunch of friends, and they go back in time.
Yeah. I know what movie you're
You
talking
know what I'm
about.
talking about, right?
Yeah,
And
and
they
he
all
ends up
have a
seeing
fun
himself
time.
at the end, and it fucks or he sees himself, and it
Yeah,
fucks
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
shit up.
It seems harmless and everything. They're just going back in time and having a good time, and like everything's great. But it ends up fucking like everything up,
Well, because
just like
they
little
had
things.
rules, right? And he broke the rules.
Yeah.
Like they
Well,
had
he
set
went back by
rules,
himself. Yeah, he went
and
back
he
by
started
himself.
changing things too much.
What was
It
the name
caused
of that
things to
movie? God damn
happen,
it.
like catastrophic events to go down
Right.
just for
Yeah.
him going to a
Helicopter.
concert.
Yeah, the
Because
helicopter
it's
crash.
the whole butterfly effect, right? You're taking a
Hmm.
spot now at a concert that somebody else was going to take, so they're no longer at the concert, and they did something else that caused this thing to happen that would have not ever happened. It's fucking mind blowing, but that's
Little
why I can't
things. It's
see
like
them.
Final Destination. It's
That's
like
what
those little
exactly.
things.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
rules they're using in the show is, again,
Mm.
I believe that rather what she is saying is true to the extent that what they are doing is trying to stop certain events from happening, and that they are probably catastrophic events. Now, as far as it being the right solution, I don't know, or even to mess with the timeline like that, knowing that it would happen, I don't know if that's right either. Because it's easy to pull at the heartstrings and say, well, all these lives will be lost. You can save them by killing this person. Well, is it that
Well,
simple?
let's do a little mind theory real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow, a person appeared to you guys and said, in 7 days, these people are going to die, and told you the situation. Doesn't really matter what it is, but you now know that, and you think this person could be crazy. But then in 7 days, the people died just like that person said.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Then that person appears before you again. In 7 days, these people are going to die. And you're still like, that's kind of effed up right there. But just as the person said, in 7 days, it happens. Then that person appears to you again and tells you that again. So now you know there is no, it puts you in a position where you have to make a decision. You could just forget it, but know that you could have done something. Right? So that's the thing. What if this system, the Institute, has done it to the point where it's happened so many times, we saw stuff that we didn't stop and we were guilty. So now we need to use it to stop these things from happening,
But
You
again,
have the proof, you have
it's
the
just not
evidence.
but see, to me, that's not what hinges it for me. I mean, I can know all day that an event's going to happen. I want to know what are the effects after the event.
ripple effects. Yeah, that's almost
That's the part
infinite.
that worries.
That's an infinite almost.
Because, like I said, you can pull at the heartstrings and be like, okay, all right, a child is going to die tomorrow. It is horrific, and you know it's going to happen. But again, man, you just don't know that by killing that person before it happens, like, maybe there's a new law that gets put in place because of what this guy did or what this person did to a child, right? That law will never be in existence because the event never happened. So it's like, I don't know. And so somebody could be continuing to do things. There's nothing under the law to cover. I know this is kind of stupid. I'm trying to do a weird hypothetical, but to think of the things that could happen out of a tragedy that may benefit society in the long term, we'll never know. You may know what's going to happen in that event, but you have no idea what happens outside of that.
Let's reverse it. Let's say it's not about killing the person. Let's say now it is about saving someone. Would you go to great lengths to save someone if it were to stop the apocalypse? And if so, what's so different in saving someone compared to having to kill them if the outcome is stopping the apocalypse?
Again, and they said apocalypse, and then they gave instances that were not as apocalyptic. They were events that we've already probably gone through.
But, I mean, instead of hinging on the negative side, what if not only why they're doing it, but hinge on the positive side and say the ripple is you get more progress, humanity survives.
Well, if you knew that, but you don't know that, that's the kicker.
But you don't know the other either.
Exactly. So to play with that is in my opinion, playing with fire. And
Of
You
course.
can't just sit there. I wouldn't sit there and think that, okay, the
Because
sword-
Einstein says you can't do that.
exactly. Everything to me within physics would say, like, it's going to come back around and it's going to bite you harder in the ass later.
Well, Kelly
Yeah.
has a good point in the chat.
Or it
What's
gives
up,
you ice
Twilight
cream.
and Keely?
Or it gives you ice cream.
Like, was you just never know? And I
Chocolate chip
don't
cookie dough, if
see.
preferable.
Keely says, or Sigby being told the truth. Maybe the guy in charge, the person they didn't show the face of, maybe they just told her this was all true and it's not.
Right, we don't know. This could be an unreliable narrator. Like what she's telling us, oh, we prevented all this since 19. How do we know that's even true?
Well, like
How
I
do we
said, I
know?
believe that they are
We don't know these people.
keeping
Like
people
again, who are
out.
these kids who can see the future? Like it's all up in the air right now. You know.
Well, they do know that that whatever the precognitive track is a thing because they talked about, I think, putting him on it or something. One of them on it.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's him or the unicorn kid. I can't remember which one, but I do believe, as far as them taking people out to stop certain events, that part I do believe is true. Now, whether it's to save the world, whether it's whatever, I don't know. I don't believe we're past that part. But I do think they are taking people out, like she said, hinges in order to stop, prevent, or cause certain events to happen.
You know who's going to blow the door off this whole thing? That little kid, the powerful, all-powerful kid.
He
Like
already
he's
let
going
us know he's getting ready to just
to blow the
break
door.
out.
Blow,
I know.
yeah.
He's just like, poor child, man.
What would you do, Miguel? What would you do? Would you kill somebody to stop the apocalypse? Oh, it depends on the who. Hmm? Why would that make a difference? Oh, so you wouldn't kill me?
Aw.
He'd be like, "Let it burn, bitch."
It's so hard to say because they're saying apocalypse, but then they give numbers that aren't apocalyptic. And events that aren't apocalyptic. They're tragedies, they're horrific events, mass killings, things like that, but they weren't apocalyptic for them to be playing around with the timeline so freely. And then again, I mean, we want to talk about apocalypse, and the one thing that's going to save us from, first of all, what kind of the only apocalypse that I could see happening to us that's man-made, that's bad, is going to be nuclear. And then with that, it's like, I mean,
Okay, so
I
here's
don't
another
know.
here's another question. So
I feel
since
like they're
she's saying
causing more damage than they're
since
actually solving.
since this situation says she's told that's the case, would it change if you were the one who saw the future and saw this? Would it be easier for you to make the decision if you were the one getting the vision of the future to stop the apocalypse?
It would definitely make my decision easier knowing. I still wouldn't go about it, I think, the way that they're going about it. But maybe like there'd have to be another way. Like this does not seem like.
Like, does that change the outcome if you see the proof for yourself?
Why don't you
because
just
you're the one who saw the future?
why don't
I
you
mean,
just get like a SEAL team or a SWAT team? Like why do you have to hijack a bunch of kids, frame them for murder, incinerate them? Like, come on, if you know the future, like this is the way, like this is the way we
because
gotta do it.
they could frame all these. There's so much that they could have done to kind of like get rid
Yeah.
of people because they clean up all the time, right? They cleaned up the kids' parents and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like a little extra
Look at
for
the
what they got to
Kennedy.
do.
Look at the Kennedy assassination. We still don't know what the frig happened there. Look at the Epstein. I hate even bringing that up,
That
but nobody knows.
yeah,
Nobody
that
knows
may
what's
be
going
flagged. I don't know.
on.
I think in this
Sorry.
I think in this situation, really though, this specific situation, it's more of a moral ground, and you don't want to go down that road, even if, just to use it as an excuse, you're saving the millions kind of thing.
Right.
So it's
I don't sit well
because you don't know, there's
Yeah.
could be a positive ripple, but who you're kind of playing God, and when it gets to that point.
Right. Yeah, it
And
doesn't really sit well with me, even if I did know. And like I said, it doesn't go unnoticed, like the lives that they're claiming they're saving. Like, yeah, that they matter. It's just you're playing with something that they haven't given me enough to make me think that they understand the ripple effects of this, because they don't even understand the full length of the powers of the kids that they're using.
But it does make you understand why they're doing this under the radar, because they
Well,
know
if
how.
that's the reason why
Yeah,
they're doing it.
Right, right.
Which we already knew that they were probably doing some weird fucking government shit to begin with. It's just like, again, is this really the way to go about it?
Right.
And what is the cutoff age? They said adults can't do this, but that one kid, Nicky, wasn't he like he was a damn near an adult? Was he like 17, 18?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when does that cutoff become a thing? Because that goes back to my question earlier. Is like,
well, that goes back to that.
Like, you can't tell me you can't monitor these kids up to a certain age before you grab them.
Well, that's a good point.
This one like super young. Like, what is the? And then is there not another way that you can recruit these kids without going through these means?
Well, that's a good point, because Stackhouse brought that up in this recent episode. He's like, we remember, the kid broke the box, he shattered the glass. Oh, we've never seen this before. We don't, all of our literature doesn't precede this. This is uncommon, and so it's like, I mean, the whole thing is just kind of like an ongoing. It's like science in many ways. Science changes every day. We used to think one thing, and then new things come up and you learn new things. And so they're just kind of winging it as they go. I mean, let's be honest, right?
And they're playing with something. And it's like you're playing with lives, like lives that you don't even know the ripple effect of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. It negates the whole humanity of the whole.
Exactly.
You're doing this in the name of humanity. Meanwhile, you're inhumanely
if you put logic, you throw in logic and their method, or whatever you want to call what they're doing, doesn't stop at just saving lives. They're killing people, innocent people, whatever, and so it's, if you continue that, if they went public and everyone was accepted that, you've just reshaped the world. Mm-hmm. Now the world is a whole different place.
Yeah. What is humanity? Like,
some people can be sacrificed. That's just the way it goes. Did you draw the lottery today, Chris? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow.
Right. Well, that's the thing. You lose all the high ground when it comes to like your message at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, well, like none of us matter technically. So what does anything? I'll be that nihilist. Like, what does anything matter?
It's like Dale in Walking Dead. We got to save our humanity in all of this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh my God, that's a good point.
And this Vic's got a good point. The question is, are they qualified to make these decisions for everyone? And I want to see their qualifications, right? I mean, people questioned our qualifications. I'm questioning the shit out of theirs.
Yeah, how dare us review something and have an opinion? Terrible.
Right, and this dude, he clearly, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. He freaked the fuck out. They don't know what the hell they got going on here.
He grabbed that book like, there's nothing in here about it. We don't know nothing about it.
And he talked about what magnitudes and stuff. So like you can't, and the fact that they're so desperate.
Did you hear what he said? The little boy could run the hum did he say it indefinitely?
Definitely.
He's
that powerful. And
that's fucked up.
Yeah. And they're so desperate to have these kids for these hinges or these keyholes, sparkler events, whatever, that they're willing to, like, the security dude's like willing to take the risk, even though the doctor's telling him, like, no, we might need to put this kid down because he's just a ticking time bomb. That so much so that they're going to put him through the process and basically get him to be like a drone, which we got to see, which was weird, our girl come back from.
And that's right. Yeah.
He said something about she was hiding, and I want to know what she was hiding from, because they still haven't revealed true. Like, they say they're hooked up to this machine with the hum, and after these events, they start losing almost like their sanity. They go into like a weird zombie state. And to hear her talk about being kind of like inside of her mind, like hiding, that was interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And that was an interesting scene. Yeah.
Who was it that said something in this episode about they created a machine or something that was always wanted to be fed, or I forget how that was worded.
Right. And they're all connected to it. The power of the hum.
Was the lady on the camera when they were looking at the camera? That was something that was said on the video.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. That girl's cell phone footage they were watching.
Right.
That's
The
right.
beginning. Our girl. Yep. She went through and showed off everything.
What bugged me out was the way the lady was like, "Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess everybody's dead."
I know, right?
Mm,
The only way something like that would work,
Yeah.
though, to be 100% honest with you, would be in secrecy, because not everybody would agree with it. No one would agree with it, or most people wouldn't agree with it. So, due to that fact, it has to be in secrecy. So, if something like that was to leak and ruin the secret, yeah, they're gonna kill everybody in that town, and it
Yeah.
wouldn't be a problem. It would be like, oh well, we killed
Yep.
1,000 people in that town, 10,000 people in that town. We saved billions, and that's how they justify it. So, it's
right.
nothing. It's nothing.
Right. The ends justify the means.
Just a drop in the bucket. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. But
Man,
again, the only way something like that work would have to be in total secrecy.
yeah.
Because if it comes out, like they said, is everything goes, everybody goes. Who knows has to die, and this is probably stuff that goes on now, and the people know they done, so we won't know.
Right. And Bill says, what committee came up with the sparklers? What the fuck? Right. I know we still don't completely understand why the sparkler thing.
We
goes
don't
down.
know what's up with the spots, the sparklers, the dots. Yeah, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know any
Well,
of
the
that.
dots tell them that the precognition is starting to activate. It seems like that's why Lucas, or whatever his name was, Luke, it was so quick. The doctor was nervous, and the reason they need to kill that little boy, or at least they feel they need to kill that little boy, someone with that type of TK power
Yeah.
can't be
It's
contained.
dangerous.
Yeah, you can't contain that. You can
But they're
contain
not.
somebody
And
with
it's crazy
telepathy.
because they're not going to like kill him. They're just going to use him as a super battery.
Yeah, but that's still effectively killing him. That's
Well,
effectively killing him.
and that's what's really killing me with this show. It's like these kids are supposed to be like all powerful. Like, well, all we've really seen, other than that little kid, is one guy like mess with water, and then a tree branch, and then like paper clips. Like, it's just
No,
underwhelming.
thing
It's
we've seen,
underwhelming, you know,
the
to
strongest
me.
thing we've seen was homie seeing the future. That was the real hint they gave us
Well, that
there.
was the little kid, right? The little kid.
No, the remember he ran into the room and
Oh,
saw the
oh,
kid
oh,
killing
oh,
the twin.
the main kid, the main guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so that's actually the true, that's why they like we want a precog. We don't know what, that's what they're looking for, because they realize these people, if they can find those precogs, they can see the future.
You know what we
And
haven't
I'm
seen in
sure
this
it's more
show?
than they saying.
We haven't seen guns. It's funny. Like that institute, like they pretend to be all big and bad and stuff, and it's like they really have no guns. There's no weapons. There's no, and whenever like the cops and everybody's talking about like infiltrating them, oh, we can't do that. Oh, they're too powerful. It's like I haven't seen one gun or like any real. Like, what do they have for like secure? Like, there's nothing there. Like, I don't know.
Well, the
That
two guards at the bridge is really the
What that
hardest
we
thing to
know
get
of.
through, I guess.
For all we know, there's a barrack behind the thing
There
that
was
the shit
another
get
guy
loose, they hit a
patrolling with a
switch.
dog.
Yeah, it
It's
seems
all
like they
just
keep the
underwhelming.
gun. Well, it seems like the only guns they're going to have are just outside of where the kids are held because they don't want the kids to be able to get a hold of it. I
Yeah,
would
but
And
if
it-
you have a bunch of kids,
But it
who
looks like they can
supposedly have
call
all
up
these
anybody.
powers. But if you have a bunch of kids with all these supposed powers, like, and your security is what, one big bad bully,
Yeah, they're
and
using a lot of
you know,
tasers. They're doing a lot of more electrical
I
shocks on
Yeah,
guess.
them.
not just that. Remember, the mostly they have is TP. They learned
Yeah.
how to block their minds. They're not fearing the TK power. They said it all is weak. That's why they want to kill that little kid. That kid exploded that whole thing. They like, we can't
Well,
contain this.
security
This
doesn't
kid snapped.
necessarily want to. The doctor does. The doctor sees the danger. I think security doesn't
Exactly.
give a shit.
Until he's snapping security's kneecaps, and then they're gonna realize, but it's too late.
Right. Well, the kid already said it. He's about to come for him. He just got all the pieces. He just got to figure out how to use them.
That's what I want to
But
see. I would
but
make this show
he's so
fantastic.
freaking like the fact he was able to bring her back, which I think he did to the other girl as well a little bit when him and Lucas kind of did their whole little mind thing to talk to her originally when she came to the back half. Their other roommate, or I forget the girl's name, the first one that goes to the back half, she kind of snapped out of it for a second and was like she saw him and shit. So again, I wonder what it is that that is going on in their head where they're sort of like main self or whatever is sort of hiding from something almost within their own mind, which is kind of weird. So I'm curious to see if they actually like if
Imagine
that was
being a
just like a
battery.
throwaway thing or if there's something more to that.
Well, think about it. Imagine being a battery. They probably just feel themselves being drained out little by little. The best bet is to hide it, to compartmentalize it. You know what I'm saying? Separate yourself from what's happening and that you can't control. There we go. What?
No, you got it. Yeah, yeah, that was right. Yeah.
That
Compartmentalize.
Yeah,
works.
and it may just be that simple. It was just weird the way she was like talking to him, and then when she snapped back, she was like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you."
Yeah, right. Well, that took the kid and what's his name, the older kid.
Nikki or
That
Nick.
yeah, that took their combined. Remember, he was like, "Oh, hold my hand," right? They all
Help
had to
me.
like, yeah, they all
Well,
had to
I
like,
don't think he
Right.
was strong enough by himself. I think he needed, because remember, you hear both of them talking in her head. And she
right.
kind of realized when her boyfriend or whatever talked, that's when she started to like, so and so. And then she started to like, you know what I'm saying? You see her snapping out of it. I think he needed that dude to actually reach her. But he knew she was
Mhm.
still in there though. That he definitely did.
Right. Well, this all goes back to a bigger point too, because we still don't know who these people who can look ahead to the future are, right? So, like, if these kids are all like developing their powers, and even like the big bad little kid, like the super one, if he's still not at that level yet, we have not been introduced to these people who could supposedly look in the future, and well, we did get it from the lead character, like you guys said, like
That's it.
when he
Yeah,
called,
it's a taste.
yeah, but yeah, we really don't know the extent of how they're able to look so far ahead and know all of this. So maybe that'll be brought up in the next episode. Like I said, we only have one episode left. Does anybody think this is going to resolve in one freaking episode? I don't.
Nah, they're working
Yeah,
into another season, I'm pretty
exactly.
sure. And then the
Right.
next season, I bet you're right. The next season, they're going to show us the precogs because this kid is probably going to be on the run. They're going to need a precog to figure out what the kid is planning. There's going to be some jump off like that, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And you know, I think like I said, I've been checking the IMDb ratings. It's pretty high like on the popularity scale, and the ratings are pretty good. I know we've been a little bit more brutal with it, but
Nah, overall,
I think
it's a good show.
yeah, I
This
think it's yeah, it's gonna get another
shine,
season.
but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think it's definitely going to get another season.
I can't do another season. This was too painful.
Wait, you
And
got
I'll
your
show you
you
something
got your
too.
boy.
Like,
You got your boy Ben
no,
Barnes.
like for one thing, the blood was horrendous. They could have just added a little corn syrup to that, and it would have fixed it up just fine. Like the
Your
blood
boy-
splatters were so liquidy. It was like water. The
It's
way
a
it.
TV show. It's
No,
not
I've
a
seen plenty of
movie.
TV shows, and the blood is.
So it's a
This
low
was.
budget TV show.
It was. No,
yeah,
this was.
they did do this on a shoestring budget. I think they did.
Look
Like,
at
It's a
this.
low budget TV show.
That is water.
You could have had a
Oh,
better
that is
actor. He
water
fell
on the
down too early.
wall. You ever seen like you put you know that commercial where they have like the nice paint and you take the wine and you pour it on and it kind of does that ripple effect?
Yeah.
You stupid. Yo, her
They
acting was
basically
horrible.
poured wine all over the fucking floor and the walls and shit.
Since you brought her in the scene, her acting was horrible. This scene. What kind of cop let another cop grab her up like that? Horrible. Horrible.
Oh man, dude, don't be insulting my girl, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Listen,
kidding.
horrible. And then look at her face. I grew up with him, bitch. He was about to pop you. What you mean you grew up with him? He was about to light your ass up, but you grew up with him, man. Listen,
I'm so happy that cop got bucked. That cop, he buckshotted that guy. Like that guy's
listen.
dude. I knew he was.
In the street
I
like
knew
that.
he was in on it. I knew he
Well,
was in
Annie
on
told us the guy
Yeah,
at the hotel, like I forget who else, but she called it, and that goes back to how did Annie know all this stuff, and she was yet not on their radar. Didn't give
I
a
thought the
fuck.
gas station dude was down though. I thought the gas station dude was gonna give their ass up.
I was happy he didn't. By the way, yeah.
Boy got shot.
Oh,
That's the only reason, probably.
I like
Yeah,
this. He was
look
like,
at
he
that
straight told
horrible
this
move.
bitch. I love this part though, because he told her like, give me a reason. He was like fucking like
Nah,
wilding
I
out.
would've-
The
she
eyes
would have
and shit.
listen. The kneecap would have been gone right from that point. She would have got kneecapped. I
yep.
might not have
There you
killed
go.
her, but I would have kneecapped her.
Made her
You
feel a
ain't gonna
little
ever
something.
chase me. Yeah, you ain't never gonna chase me, bitch. You gonna hop after me because
You're
I'm
gonna be
leave
limping.
your ass.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah,
limping at that
facts.
But
point.
yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
pop
That
that knee.
fucking blood is the worst shit I've ever fucking seen. And even the way oh my god. I'm sorry. They literally poured like watered down wine or some shit all over the fucking plate.
Listen, am I the only one that feel that was Sigby got some kind of mental issues? Because the way she was on the wall, she reminded me of the Good Doctor. I didn't do it. Like she kind of slow or something. I don't know.
She's on the spectrum at some
Yeah, go
point.
back to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
scene
yeah.
like a second ago that you just shown. She was on the wall. She looked all retarded on the wall. Like, I thought she was a big bad bitch. She looked retarded right there.
Well, she knew she was going about to get her ass shot.
Look. I do it. Okay.
And she knew she was fucked.
Look. I.
What I'm saying, she knew she was fucked. I
Listen.
hear you.
I
I
thought
said
you was a
she
big
looked
bad.
pretty fucked. Well, I mean,
I thought you was a
she's
big
bad, but
bad.
she knows that. Like, what is she gonna do?
She would have got kneecapped if Fat Boy was in the picture, right in the knee. Wow. Now what you gonna do? While she was there yelling in pain.
Yep. At least shoot
That
the
ass.
foot. At least the
Listen,
foot.
something.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
hand, the hand, they spread open. If the hand would have went, something would have went. She would have not walked out of there with me. Cool.
Fair enough. Deserves it. Yeah.
That ass. Then I would have called James. James, we burying this bitch. Where we at? I need a little
This
piece of
shit was
land. You got
fucking
some corn or
horrendous. This
something? We
is
burying this shit.
dumbest fucking shit ever.
Oh man, when they blasted the chief, man, that was rough, man. I was like,
Oh yeah.
God damn
I
it.
seen it
Man.
Well,
coming.
you seen it
Come
coming,
on, he was
right? Though
too
you did.
thirsty.
You seen it
Yeah.
coming because
He was
he
too
was
thirsty. I'll
trying.
take him. I'll take him. He's
Yeah,
straight,
right. He
Chief.
was trying
I'll be
way.
nervous.
He was trying way too hard for sure to stop the
But it brings
shooting.
up a bigger
So
question.
yeah, though you could definitely see.
What
Sorry, go
happens
ahead.
to the USB drive, right? That's still on the
Well,
dude.
it's still
Is
on
that just gonna
him.
go away? Yeah,
No,
we
I'm
don't know.
assuming that they were gonna try to go back and get it at some point.
They're gonna have to if they trying to prove anything. They're gonna need that
Right,
shit. But the question
right.
is, he said the body isn't in the thing anymore, and the way the cop looked was like if he was right. So that means the body's about to get burned, most likely. They're gonna bring it back to
Right,
that building and light that shit on fire with the
right.
shit in his pocket. So they're
With
gonna have
the
to go back
evidence.
and get it. That's probably gonna be the next episode. That little pull off.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm with that. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
might not. The flash drive may not survive because if they're wanting to go another season,
And
then
that's what I was
they're
gonna
not gonna
say.
want to
It's not
like
gonna survive. Nope.
because they're gonna want to have to play that out. Otherwise, once it gets out, that's like the end.
Yeah, no. So do you figure the flash drive is not going to survive? They're going to try to get it back, but it's not going to survive. That's going to be the end of it. And then the big like cliffhanger is we're going to see the precogs in, like the precog going to turn around. He's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. And that'll lead into the precogs versus him, who's going to be the precog on the good side type of thing.
Well, and we also
Be
can't
next
forget.
season
Well,
better.
I think this institute here is about to go down, the one that she's running, because our boy, if they're going to do to him what they said they're going to do to him, as far as getting our young kid here to basically run the machine, and this kid doesn't seem like he's going to let that happen. So they're going to do something in this next episode. I don't know if this, because we think there's other institutes, right? I think this institute's going to fall, but they're
I
still
was
going to be out.
Right. And even if the flash drive gets out, they think this is the only one, but it'll fall but it'll zoom out. Maybe like a cliffhanger will be, you realize, oh, they're everywhere.
Well, you're
I'm
gonna have.
assuming
Yeah.
Sigby's gonna survive somehow. Maybe even our main security guy. And you might even see them take some of the kids with them or go report to another institute because she's such a good character. I don't want to see them take her out for like in season 2.
Well, it brings a good question. You got that Stackhouse guy, and then the doctor guy.
Yeah,
Right?
those three. I think
they have a little
survive.
Well, they have a
Well, I
little
think they're going to
mutiny going,
survive
too.
there. Because
No,
they
I know,
might
but
end up having to work together. They are, but we'll see how that really plays out. Because if they
they're trying to
might
double
even
cross
see-
that Sigsby chick, though. They are trying
they
to
are.
double-cross
Well,
her.
the doctor's not so much. He kind of wants to stay out of it right now. He just wants to fucking survive. We'll see where he truly falls with that. I could see him going either way. But
they get real crazy with it. They can even go the route that
what's up, the crooked painter? Welcome.
Luke comes across maybe a precog that's already on the run, a rebel faction type of thing, to train him to be stronger. And then because the little kid says he can communicate with Luke, Luke just can't communicate back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe somehow we see Luke get stronger on the outside, come across somebody who can show him how to get stronger, and then they plan a whole big thing like that. Who knows?
It's true. It sets up, to be honest, as up and down as this season went, it could set up a better second season. I hate to say it, Scarlett, you might have to cover
I'm
it.
sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think they could have truncated a lot of this first season into like lesser episodes to get to the same point.
Each one of these episodes could have easily been 30 minutes, and they could have cut out a whole bunch of bullshit.
They could have done like
They milked it.
Them
Yeah.
long, drawn out talking scenes and shit like that. Like it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's too.
They probably plan for 2 or 3 seasons, and they're gonna milk this shit till they get there.
They might even try to go for more. The way the dude was talking about how they want to expand it with Stephen King, like the universe or whatever, the world, or build upon this world. So I don't know. They might. We'll see. They might if the numbers and the way they're playing it too in that article is they're waiting to see how this season goes. But if it goes good, they're definitely going to do a second one, and then probably I could see them going 4 seasons of just because they're already said they're going to go outside of the book lore.
I just wish they did. I wish the acting was better, and I wish the casting, not all the casting, but like the lead actor, like that kid Luke is like the worst fucking actor ever. Like, I wish they casted somebody better in that role. Like the Ben Barnes, that guy's cool. Like most of them are kind of okay, but I don't know. The acting, some of the dialogue, the writing has just been rough. And it makes it tough to enjoy the episodes individually. The story and the plot line are pretty much the driving points of the whole show. Like right now, we're sitting here speculating, but it's all about the story and the plot. It's not about like the performances or the dialogue or the acting, so to speak. That kid Luke, he's had maybe like 2 scenes where like you believed it, or like it was like I don't know, maybe that's just me. I think Mary Stuart Masterson, the 6B lady, does a pretty good job. Most of the adult people kind of do a pretty good job.
You guys have to admit, the funniest part of the whole friggin' episode was when they was trying to get the paperclip, and he's like, "I can only do this because I'm angry," or whatever. And our night knocker's like, "Well, you just angry. Get clear, like get emotional."
Yeah, right. Yeah. The kid looks constipated every time he's trying to harness his powers. You know what I mean? Like scrunches his.
See, the Crooked Painter says, "So what you doing? What's this show about?" Well, it's a show based off the Stephen King novel, The Institute, and it's about a place we're assuming run by the government that houses some children who have special abilities, and with those abilities, we found out that they are able to. They're supposed to be saving the world with these kids, and how they go about it is.
Well, they have telekinetic. They have telekinetic powers and telepathic powers. They call them TP and TK, and they harness these powers.
And we got PC as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's a lot like Minority Report.
In a way, yeah, definitely. It's being able to see the future and prevent disastrous things, apocalyptic things from happening down the road. That kind of thing.
Right. It's sort of do the ends, justify the means, and we get to kind of just see how these kids are treated and what those abilities are all about. And we have 1 more episode to go in the season, and then we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to continue if they do another season. Personally, it's too slow of a show for me and too drawn out. Like you said, even if they're
so much fun.
Even if there are some like
you're sucked into it now. You're in the vortex.
No, I'm not. Trust me, it's very easy for me to drop it.
Hopefully, there'll be a better show to fill the void.
Right. Because well, actually, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's
Yeah.
so many TV shows right now that are
Yeah.
going on or going to happen within the next year or two. That for me personally, dropping something like this is not. It doesn't hurt my feelings. And even though there are a few lines in here that are interesting, a few threads, a few little plots, like you said, Chris, the way they're going about it is too drawn out. The characters themselves, I could like minus maybe 2 or 3 characters, and those are again the adult characters. I could kind of care less about them. The only kid that I found interesting or somewhat believable in his acting was the older kid, Dickie. And
Yes. Yeah.
again, he was limited. All the characters that I enjoyed, they limited or got rid of. I enjoyed Annie. They got
Well,
rid
let's
of
be
her.
fair.
The Night Knockers, now we're getting more of him, but in the beginning he was just sort of an afterthought. And again, the kids just the acting's not there with them. I don't like our unicorn kid that they put in there. Of course, it's too easy.
Right. Immediately plot armor on that little kid, like immediately.
Right, and you kind of seemed like you knew this kid was too. Like it was just too predictable.
Too straightforward. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And so, and again, like I said, the acting on a lot of it was bad. At least this kid seems to have the same facial expressions, and I think they said the same thing about the chick in the Last of Us. Yeah.
How about the reporter when Ben pushed him and she hit her head on the rock? Like that whole scene was like the cheesiest. That scene was so cheesy.
But just like, and again, I mean, we watched that with The Last of Us, and I don't know if it's because the actors the child actors haven't developed sort of that extra expression that's needed to sort of for us as viewers to be able to see that, to captivate that emotion or whatever they're trying to show. They have a lot of these like one note faces or like deer in the headlight faces and stuff where he looks more just like confused than scared, or like you said, when they're trying to get them to use their powers, they look constipated. They don't really look like they're harnessing something. They look like they're getting ready to do something in the bathroom.
It's funny. We see a behind the scenes thing and the director's going, okay, now look constipated.
Right. And yeah, I agree. And this one for me is not a hit. Again, I'm at like a 5 at best, and that's only because I like that the very few plot like threads that they have that I like is the only thing and I like some of the adult actors, but otherwise, like I don't know if I even want to give it a 5 as an overall.
I'm gonna read the book or at least listen to the audiobook now just to compare between the show and the book. I am going to do that. I have a free book on Kindle. What is that audiobook? Yeah. I think I'm going to do that, and I'll start listening to that on my commutes to work back and forth because I'm curious. Because I'm curious now. I want to see.
I'm honestly surprised Miguel hasn't listened.
I think we're losing you.
Well, Miguel, they can't hear you. Hit your button. You might have turned it off.
Yep, we can't hear you.
We're getting the. Yeah.
Did you hear him?
No.
No, but I agree. No, but I agree.
His big fat fingers when he puts the Bluetooth in his ear.
No, but I don't know. Overall, it's not very. I mean, it's not good enough for me to want to watch another season. Even if there are a few things that I found interesting, just because I know the pacing of it, I don't want to do it again. Like
don't be a quitter, Scarlett. You can't be a.
Oh no, it's okay. You know it. You don't beat a dead horse. And sometimes you just got to know what is it. Got to know when to hold them. Got to know when to fold them. And got to know when to turn and walk away.
You're the gambler now. Jeez,
hey,
damn. You had to bring up the.
That's
gambler.
what life is, man.
Damn. Is that Kenny? Was that Kenny Rogers? Yeah, that's Kenny Rogers, right?
Look, man, it was
Who sings
Shakespeare
that?
or somebody, a very wise man, said that.
Shit. No, that's fair.
You do. You got to know. Look, man, you just got to know when to walk away. And I was already ready to walk away. Second episode.
I mean, I was. To be fair, the first few episodes were like trying to drag like something through the mud trying to get it going. It did kind of pick up. It had a couple moments. There was a couple episodes that were pretty good. This one, at least there was more action, and that's my biggest issue with the show. Is like, all right, let's compare it to All of Us Are Dead. Every
Right.
episode, for the most part, it's like it's action. It goes. It keeps you interested, keeps you invested. This one, it lingers. It just lingers, and then there's like one episode where like things happen, and then you're left with like, all right, here's
It
another
feels like all
episode.
exposition. Like it's not really giving it to us in a way that's like, oh man, we got to learn this. Like it was all, oh shit. It's kind of like, well, the characters are here now. Let's go ahead and just spill all of the fucking what the hell ever's. Like what she did here. Like the way they get to the how things happen. It's all like just, it's shit. I don't like it because they just straight tell it to us. There's no like. We hear it through a like some of it, we might get a little bit through just random conversations or seeing something happen, but a lot of it seemed like just straight them just telling it to us.
Right. Not much storytelling or yeah, it's just basically dictation at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Crooked Painter said, sweet, I did the whole Dark Tower saga on Audible. I nearly dropped out with Wizards and Glass. Thankfully, it picked up after that. Nice. All right, no, the more you know. Hang on. I'll do it for you. Oh, shit. I gotta find it. And there you go.
Exactly.
That's true too, Bill. This show and its season has been constipated.
Well, your boy got blasted. He got shot, right? They still haven't addressed his wound either.
They did.
Right?
Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
did they?
Yeah, he said that the bullet went clean through, and she put a patch on it.
Oh, so it's all better. It's all better.
Well, it's not all better. I
Yeah,
mean, it hurt him. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it hurt you too when you saw that.
No, I know he's going to be okay. He's tough. Look, it went through. It was a clean
It was a
shot.
flesh wound. It was just a flesh wound.
He was holding that shotgun, and it's like, I know I just got shot, but I'm about to still kill you.
Well, adrenaline was pumping at that point.
Something else is pumping.
Look,
Apparently.
because he already had it in his hand, and he got shot. And then, yeah, he was like, I wish you would, bitch. Please give me a reason. I just shot this dude. I would love to shoot you as well. So, yeah, no, he had that adrenaline pumping. Because, like, after that, when he finally, like, stopped for a second, and, like, she walks over to him or whatever, yeah, he was all like, ow, my fucking arm and shit right here. He was like, oh, fuck you, bitch.
Bill says pumping. Bill.
Well, you know, in Fortnite, there is the pump and dump. That is a weapon.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Look, it's my favorite one because it's like a pistol and a shotgun.
Somehow that doesn't
you get a
surprise me.
pistol in one hand and a shotgun in the other. So it's pretty fucking, it's the beast.
It always comes back to Fortnite.
Well, that is the most just fucking degenerate game I've ever seen. That's supposed to be a kid's game. I never in my life can understand it, but it's pretty fucked up.
Hide your kids, folks. Yeah.
Really, I would not suggest them play Fortnite. It's pretty bad. The pump and dump is the least of it. I forget what some of the spots are called, and then all the upskirts. Like, Jesus Christ, you fly in and all you see is up chick's skirt. I'm like,
wait,
why
what?
would you design it like that? Well, she's got shorts on or like little pants on underneath, but it's like, yeah, when you drop in on Fortnite, when you launch from the bus and you're like, you have your character going straight down to like drop down and land. If your character happens to
when they're going head first, and
feet up, and all you can see, like their character has a skirt on or something like that. Yeah, you see up skirt.
Jeez.
That's fucked up, right? And that's encouraged. Yeah, the game's pretty. Anyways, derailed to Fortnite. Yeah, upskirts. I know the guys love it. Trust me. That's why the guys play the game.
Look, if you denied upskirts, do you realize the ripple effects?
Look, I'm not saying that the game can't exist. I'm just saying I don't know if it should be advertised as a child's game. You know, a time and place, James.
What is the rating on this game? Is there they started rating video games?
Oh fuck, I don't even know.
Is it like 14 or like I forget what the fucking ratings even are. Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't know if it's a mature or if it's just like a. So honestly, I don't know, but I know it's like basically like kids play the shit out of it. It's pretty much advertised as a kid's game.
Damn.
And so yeah, it's all kinds of fucked up. But no, it was, you know, I don't even want to have to rate the episode because, like I said, yeah, they gave us some information, but the way they give it to us is shitty. Very drawn out scenes. Oh god, I guess if I have to, I mean, other than again my guy getting to show off and fucking shoot people, give it a 5, and that's me trying to be nice.
This episode, you'd rate it a 5.
Yeah,
I'd
was
give it
bored.
like 6.
I was pretty bored
6-ish.
through it.
6. I'll give it a 6.2. How's that? 6.2.
No, that's fair. It's for me. There's something about it that the more I watch it, the more bored I get.
It was more, yeah, but there was more action. At least like things were happening. Like there's so many episodes where you're sitting there like, I am so bored.
But
like,
I mean, really though, I was still pretty bored with what we got in this one.
Yeah, but people got shot. People got, like
Well,
things.
yeah,
Like, there was action.
and then I immediately after they got shot, I got to see the most horrible blood smears ever, and I was like, oh, this is fucking, this is shit. Look at this water that just drips. Somebody fucking should be fired for that shit. I'm sorry. You can tell me. Look, I came back from the day where
I'm sorry. Miguel was trying to say something. What was Miguel?
Well, I couldn't hear him. But the blood used we put corn syrup or something in that shit to thicken it up a little bit. Yeah, it was still shitty, but it looked better than this.
I said, who knew Scarlett was a forensic psychologist over there?
Look, I watched enough TV and movies to know that's the shit blood effect right there. What's up, Crumbledore?
James, we'll have to, James, you're the expert. Haunted houses. What do you rate that blood smear?
Well, I give it about a 3.
Right. It's pretty bad. Like these bubbles right here look like somebody put water on the wall. Other than the coloration, just the way the liquid moves and the way it moved on here, it's too watery.
I appreciated the blood pool of the cop, of the chief. Like I thought that was pretty good. When he
It
was
looked
bleeding
like
out.
wine.
No, come on.
Yes, and then when you watch it later, like it's shining.
Well,
The fuck are they vampires? What are these, like the Twilight vampires? They fucking shine and shit.
Blood can glisten. Right?
He's just been drinking a lot of water.
Oh my god, it is way too fucking the colors.
That would explain it.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Chris. I was.
Look at that poor guy, man. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not happy that they took the chief out, but the blood was just fucking horrendous.
Right in the back, too. The most
It's
cowardly
literally
way.
water on the floor. It's just colored, Chris.
It's literally. You're like Miguel said, you're an expert on blood.
I'm not an expert. I just know that looks like water. I've cleaned up enough messes and spills in the kitchen to know that that's too liquidy to be anything other than like some whacked out ass Kool-Aid.
Well, we have the expert. James gave it a 3, so it's shit anyway.
So you cleaned up enough blood, huh?
No, I haven't cleaned up enough blood. I've cleaned up enough water and Kool-Aid and juices and like food spills to know that looks like some liquid that they just poured on the floor. It looked like a kid just came in here and decided to spill a whole bottle of like fucking cherry Kool-Aid or some shit. It's a little bit darker.
It's darker.
It's a little darker than that, but the consistency of it is like Kool-Aid. Actually, Kool-Aid might be thicker.
Oh, come on.
Well, I can barely hear what you said, Miguel.
Officer Drew is.
Officer Drew, what?
Is Officer Drew really jumping?
He's asking if Officer Drew is John Ritter's son. Yes, he is. He's one of them.
Wait, John Ritter's son? Jack Ritter?
No, that's not Jack Ritter. That's another one.
Yeah, he's got more than one son.
Oh, no shit. All right. Fair enough. Gotcha. I didn't know that.
Nah, I didn't know that neither, brother. Don't feel bad.
I didn't know that.
You kind of look like him a little bit, I guess. Maybe.
I'm learning so much. The more you know.
Right?
Again, Scarlett. The more you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. It didn't sell it for me though. Like I said, I give it a 5, and yeah, like it just they build up these moments. Like, okay, this was probably the most what the fuck moment to me, I guess, because we get to see the chief go, and then it's like, oh shit's about to go down. I'm assuming they're about to bust up in here, and of course they get away. It's a whole cat and mouse game, and then the only thing that we really see with the kids is that our main kid is confirming that he is the unicorn that we always thought he was. We get a little a hidey hole scene here where they get to hide underneath here. Again, we're just playing cat and mouse, cat and mouse, cat and mouse. We get a firearm. All right, maybe things are going to get lively, and they did. I mean, you got to shoot the cop, but again, it wasn't that spectacular.
I don't like that black cop chick either. Like, she just kind of popped up out of nowhere,
She's part of the. They're not cops. They're
whatever the heck. They got the FBI.
Well, they're not FBI. They're just wearing
Right.
the cleanup crew and stuff like that, or whatever, the trying to recovery crew, or whatever you want to call it.
I thought she was the same bitch. I guess they all look I was like, oh, he didn't kill that bitch last episode. What happened?
I had to inform Miguel they were different women.
Right. No, that was he took out the well, he didn't really take her out. She kind of took herself out, but the reporter.
I think Mary Stuart Masterson has the best freeze frames. Look at that freeze frame. Look at her face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like to get her facial expressions.
She's like, I don't know, guys. Look at her face.
Oh, I'm telling you, she's half retarded. We'll see her flashback next episode. She's licking the back of a school bus seat with a helmet on.
I guess.
I'm wondering too, in the next season, if they're gonna have like a throwback episode, like a flashback episode of her and like her beginnings, because that's where this is going. Like we have to learn more about that chick, 6B. Like she keeps talking about her father and all this and that. Like there's gonna be more revealed about all that at some point. Right.
We're gonna see, because we'll see what happens in the last episode. I didn't watch anything as far as to see what kind of happens on the trailer.
Yeah,
but
I didn't either this time. I watched it on video.
We'll see. Depending on where she ends up at the end of this season might determine whether or not if she's gonna be, what side she's gonna end up on. Like, is she gonna end up on the side still with the Institute and not be taken out, but somehow be placed somewhere else, maybe because of her father, and our security guy's fucked, or is she gonna be turncoat and go with?
She does seem like
the
biggest wild card still.
Well, because it depends on what the hierarchy of the Institute's going to do with them. Because I'm assuming they're going to do the keyhole, but that one kid's not going to allow things to go down the way they want to. They want him to be the conductor, so he'll go instantly into recovery. So that's going to make me think something's going to happen at the Institute. And then the high up dude that she calls on the phone or whatever, she made it seem like and even security was worried, like they'll clean house. But who will they actually clean? Is it everybody? Will she get to survive that? And if they do clean house and she's someone who's not going to get to survive, is then she going to be with the Night Knocker and Luke, because now she can't go back?
Is she going to go on the run with them? Is the
right. Like I'm curious that would be the only thing I was maybe curious.
It seems more likely that she will be spared. Not like I don't know if Luke can trust her. He can't read her mind though, so.
No, but you know what? I think she's gonna have no choice, because we forgetting that them two cats that's still in the Institute is plotting against her ass.
Right.
She seems like her dad being in the military and stuff, like she might have.
I just don't think they're gonna live.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it, because when she talked to that guy on the phone, he seemed more like he was like, no, I don't really care about, or the security guards already tried to throw her under the bus, and the dude's like, look, the only thing I care about is results. And she's already got the security, like she's got enough that where the security guard didn't do his job properly, that I could see her throwing him under the bus a lot more, because he is the one that's doing all the shady shit, and I have a feeling she's been keeping track of that. She seems smart, like the way her characters play. Like she was on top of what the kids were doing to a degree. Like she knew there was something going on, and the security guy was like trying to basically, oh no, it's fine. She's the one that found out Luke was missing. All that's going to be in reports and stuff. I see the security getting a lot more fire, regardless, and the fact that that one guy, he's such a turncoat, like the doctor. I don't know if he's going to completely turn on Sigby.
I think you're right. I think they're going to clean house. I think Stackhouse and the doctor dude, they're not going to make it through this season. That's my prediction. And then that bully security dude, that douchebag guy, he's not
Right.
going to
Oh
make it
yeah, they're
either.
going to kill him. The kids are going to like rape
Yeah.
him apart.
To kill him. I think he's gonna do something. He's gonna do something to either that black girl or to the other boy, and that little boy gonna show them what a TK can do. He's gonna snap his legs or something.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put it past it. Yeah. Those three. I do not think
we had less than 2 hours before another keyhole, and they wanted him to be the conductor. And we know after the conductor, usually they go to recovery. So whatever, like I don't know if they're going to do anything to her, but once they find out that he's the conductor, she knows like what that means. He knows what that means, whether or not the kid knows. But there'll be some kind of communication with that, and I could see him blowing up that whole fucking room where they do the sparkler event.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so they wanna plug them up or connect them to that machine where they connect all them kids and everybody together, and one of them controls it. What if he used the TK there?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so he can fuck around and bring down the whole building.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to get to the point where they go to the sparkler event and they're going to try to hook him up as the conductor like they did the other girl. These two know what that means. I can't see them not communicating to him that, and him like not like basically when they get hooked up to that machine, like he may even let them put him up to the conductor point, but he may do something to like to completely like fuck their shit all up.
Well, let's not forget either. I mean, the main character of this whole story is, I know that little kid's like all, overpowered and all that, but like the main character is Luke. We've seen flashes of his abilities, right? We still have not seen, like, this kid needs to have his comeuppance in so many regards, and we just did not see that in this season.
Well, he's gonna be the one that does the CP track or whatever.
Well, he's going to be the one to take it all down in the end, if you ask me. I mean, he's the reason this show is he's the antagonist, right, or the protagonist or whatever of this whole show. So, like, if the little kid's the hero, like if the little kid plays Arya in Game of Thrones and takes out the Night King, like how big of a bummer would that be? You know what I mean?
I think that's what it's going to play out, though, man. It looks like like Luke's just the one. He's just the guy. He's just the kid that got out.
He's the Jon Snow of this.
Yeah.
Show. Jesus Christ, God, kill me. No, I'm kidding. In Minecraft.
Right, but I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. I don't know, because if he gets to see future events and they want him, that gives them a reason to continue to chase him and for her to want to have value in him. Because if they're all, because I can't see her still claiming the same value in him after all this bullshit goes down, and like the institute that she's running is all fucked. She might be pissed off enough to kill him.
I just don't see why is it on Luke when it should be on the little kid? Like, that's the way this show is playing out. Like, that little kid is like, has so much power. Yeah,
he's going to be the one that's the center. And this kid might not make it through. He might actually be one that's like sacrificed or whatever. He does something.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And then it's second season, because they already said they're going to open the world up. So you might just get the three together that survive. Luke doesn't survive. And that way it'll continue to cause tension between these two, because Luke cared about her, but he's gone, so she can't really be with him, and cause some kind of love fucking what the fuck ever. But these three might survive.
It could go the other way. It could go the other way.
The other way. He could be the one to sacrifice. Very much.
No,
so.
I think the little kid could be the one, because he's so overpowered. Like, he uses his massive powers to sacrifice himself.
Could be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just shooting.
No, it could. of them could be like the one to sort of, sacrifice themselves for the rest of them to get out, or at least for the remaining 3. Because I don't even know if the rest of the kids are gonna make it out, or because a lot of them are so fucking zombified. Like he would have to be able to have time to go in and do what he did for her to everybody that's all like fucking whacked out and shit.
I still want to know what happened to the twins and that bully kid. Like, we're never gonna see them again.
One girl died. The one chick, she's dead. The other girl, they put her into recovery to tap her what little juice she had left. And the guy, he was having seizures. I'm assuming that they went ahead and took care of him as well.
Yeah, they bodied all of them is dead.
Well, the one's in recovery. She's still being tapped and drained. But definitely the one that got hit with the weight, she's dead. And the boy that hit her, they're both gone. They've been incinerated. They didn't say it, but I would 100% like in my heart would say that's what happened to them.
But this is real.
About saying it, she clearly was like, and if anybody said that there's something different happening, they're lying. Yeah, okay, miss, y'all niggas killed them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here.
Right. The one went to basically like a coma once that what they said like their twinsy like thing, mental psychic thing broke. It caused her to like kind of go into almost like not a coma, but maybe like a coma or something. And so but she still had enough juice, like mental whatever psychic shit going on that they could just tap her.
Yeah, if it was a gas gauge, she was on a quarter tank.
Right. They were like there's still a little juice left in her to tap her until she's like drained or whatever, and then they incinerate them.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. We got another episode to go to see where
April Fools, and you might be right, and these 3 might be the actual stars of the show. Just because we started with Luke don't necessarily mean he's the star. Look at Jon Snow and Arya.
Look at Ned Stark. Look at Ned Stark.
Yeah, he was out of the room when you said that, Chris.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. We all thought Ned was the the main dude, and poor Ned. I'm still not over Ned.
Well, even what did we? Y'all might even said The Last of Us or whatever. The guy when he died, I was like, oh dang it, because I thought he would make it through. Because I didn't play the games or anything, so I was like, oh no, they took him out. He was the best character. Now we're stuck with this bitch. No. God damn it! All she did was pound cake.
Shut up, Scarlett.
My bad.
You said it this time, not me.
Pound cake?
What? That's what she did. She pounded that birthday cake.
Oh,
gotta love that.
I love Miguel. I love that from Miguel when it clicked. Did Miguel not hear the whole joke of that? God damn it!
No, he didn't.
Oh damn it! I will tell him later.
Is it almost midnight yet?
Not for me. I still have an hour and like 20 minutes.
Pounding the birthday cake means she was clam slamming. I get
it. well, you got it basically because it wasn't the only thing she was pounding. She did pound that birthday cake in her mouth and among other things.
She was a father. Hey, now. She was a great father for while it lasted.
Yep, she was. She tried anyways. But no. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I like him anyways, Nikki or whatever. She's not completely terrible out of the kids. I put it him, then her. Even this little kid is better than Luke at times, but I hate both him and Luke characters. They just irritate me. Yeah, just let him survive.
Yeah, the rebel kid. The rebel kid is probably the coolest one.
Yeah, he can survive and avenge them all and be like angry and vengeful and shit.
He's the only one who had balls who would like say fuck off and like
right
bullshit.
I think Bill said it earlier too, like his scene where he was fighting. Yeah, Nikki's fight scene in the cafeteria might be the best scene in the show. I definitely would agree with that. That was one of my probably most memorable moments. Like I can't remember too much out of the show as far as like scenes go sometimes, but yeah, that one will always like be lingered in my head. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he pulled a Rick James from Dave Chappelle's show saying "fuck your couch." That was his "fuck your couch" moment.
Dude, he threw that chair, the punch bowl, the cake.
Yeah. Yeah.
He took one for the team.
And he deactivated the
Baited the
carburetor.
door, right?
Yeah.
He took one for the team, literally. He took a punch.
That's literally what set Luke up to get out, was by doing that.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely, he's definitely, and his acting is better. He's
believable. He's actually kind of believable. Yeah.
Well, because in something like this, where a lot of it is sort of that dialogue between characters, that facial expression, all that drama, you've got to be able to kind of like give that to us. Yeah. And a lot of the facial expressions from the kids and just their mannerisms and stuff like that are not extra enough to be picked up on screen to where you understand what kind of emotional state they're in or what they're trying to convey. Like we just know what they're trying to do because we read the scene, but as far as their acting on it, it's not as good as it could be.
Luke's emote, when you talk about actors emoting, like I said, he looks constipated, and maybe if he was playing like a Rain Man type of character where he's awkward and autistic, it would work. But in this case, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Like, he doesn't sell it well. Well.
See a lot of like where he's doing like this weird O face or like deer in the headlights face, very like you call it like kind of autistic or something, but it's just very like almost blank, or confusion or something. It's not really like
it's forced. It looks forced. Like he's forcing himself to do it. Like it's not very natural.
Because like even when you look, like you were saying, our girl was giving all these wild ass facial expressions, but a lot of that too is she sells a lot of what she's saying, even with these weird like facial expressions.
Yeah.
Our guy here, like a lot of them, like when you actually get these little scenes, like you can kind of see like they're giving more. It's in the eyebrows, even in the nose, just the way they're expressing that moment. Whereas, like you said, we get this kid where it's very, very bland.
Mm-hmm. I'm still on the fence with the chick cop. I know we all think she's on the level now, but I don't know.
I think she is, but we'll see.
I'm watching her. I'm watching her.
I'm watching her too. Yeah.
I got extra eyeball on her ass.
Because she seemed confused. She was home alone and she was confused about the radios being off. If she was part of this, who was she like? Nobody was there. Who was she playing the game for?
That would make her
bad.
That would make her that much like
right.
But it doesn't make sense. But for who? Nobody's there to see it. It's
he
not
works
even
for Lapidus, the guy, the big wig.
Big bad.
Yeah, she gonna get the phone call. Hey, Dad.
Take them all out.
Yeah, I think there's more to this blonde, man. I really do. I think there's more there.
But she was even like trying to call in the radio, and she was like confused. Like you would think she would know immediately if the radios were messed up.
That's what they want you to believe. That's what.
But I get that. But like for her, she's acting that out. We're not there.
I'm there.
Why she wouldn't need to act that out. There was nobody there that needed to see that.
I think we need a poll, Scarlett. I think we need a poll.
All right, but nobody on the panel can vote. Exactly, yeah. Because I can't vote. No, that's not fair. Because I can't even vote in it. So y'all are outvoting me. So that's shit voting right there. You know what? Fuck it, y'all done fucked up.
Look.
Yeah, riggers, fucking rigging up they think I'm not smart, James. Like I didn't know what the fuck they're trying to do.
Right. Look, as long as one of the options on the poll is she sure has got a pretty mouth.
Oh my god! No, we're not putting up a poll at all now. Y'all done messed up. No polls. Y'all completely messed up.
Hashtag no sweaters.
Like, okay, everybody on the panel can vote. All of a sudden, all you hear on the panel is, "Oh no, no!" Well, what the fuck? I can't vote in it. It's only fair.
Hashtag get out of the cop uniform.
And I won't know if they don't vote
sweater.
or not. I have to believe you guys. I don't have powers to fucking read your minds. So you already messed up because I can't trust your vote.
We need more female candy to watch. I think this show suffers from that. I think. I've said this before. I've said this before.
Show, but I understand your concerned.
Well, you got your hunky cop dude guy, you know.
I mean, he's great and all, but it's not like we're getting like him fucking stripping down in a bathtub or some shit like that and getting a bath.
Oh
scene.
no, you just play that clip every other.
What? Where he wakes up in the morning with his shirt off? Wow.
You love it.
I mean, I like it, but it's not like the greatest fucking like.
We get a cop. We get the chick in a sweater. That's what we get. Yeah.
Why you
Well,
guys
I'm
mad?
sorry that not every show is going to be X-rated for you there, Chris.
Did I? I didn't say that.
That's not what you're saying. I mean, it sounds like it. Like, I mean, they have shows for that. You go back to the Skinamax stage. You'll get all you need.
I mean, she's in a goddamn cop uniform and like an oversized sweater. Like that's all.
This was not supposed to be a show about. It was a very serious show, Chris, not a sexualized show.
Oh, they had a couple moments. The cop and the chick. Come on. They had a couple.
Very few moments.
They were when they were looking at the yearbook.
Yeah, I knew it, but it wasn't like
sweet.
super. Yeah, it was sweet, not X-rated.
I didn't say it. You're the one bringing up the X-rated.
Well, you're the one talking about you need eye candy. You want to like Google over a chick.
Do you guys think that she will go on the run with them?
Possibly.
I don't know. Jury's out at this point. To be honest.
She will if it's part of her plan to stay close.
There you go. See, Dana gets it. Dana's on the same level with me, I think, with the cop lady. Yep.
Oh, she might be. I just, like I said, I don't see why she would be all like freaking out about communications and shit if she kind of knows what's going on.
To throw us off.
Why? Again, that doesn't make any sense, though. It would be different if there was somebody else in the house with her, because then she would have a reason to do that. Because she's trying to keep. Who was she keeping up appearances for?
I don't know.
Who was she keeping up appearances for?
It's hard to argue with that point, really. I mean, because you got to give what the show gives to you, and that's what they gave to us. She was in a room. She was in a room by herself, going, "This damn radio. Wonder what's up with it."
She worked for Larry from the Regal Beagle.
The Regal Beagle. Nobody knows that reference, I think, but I fucking caught that shit. That's Three's Company. Anybody who knows this, God damn it. There you go. That's a fucking deep cut right there. Holy shit.
That's a big fact, brother.
That's a deep cut, bro. The Regal Beagle, yo.
And again, like, she also knew, like, when they came into the house, she told him to get, she knows that he has a shotgun and he's in this closet. So why would, like, maybe you could kind of, if I really want to stretch it, say that, oh, it's because she's trying to fuck over Sigby. But then again, it's like, you still need this kid. The dude, the security guy still wants this kid. So I don't know if you're, maybe you might be able to argue that a little bit, but still, again, if she was trying to secure this and get them in, why would, she just let dude come out with the shotgun, knowing that he's got the shotgun in there.
Well, let's go back to, remember the kids in the high school yearbook, the Notre Dame kids?
Right.
Maybe the lady cop I think she still has something to do with that, right? And she might even know Sigsby. Sigsby seems to be older, but there could be some hidden, like, history there. I don't think that ever, because they brought all that up. Why'd they bring all that up? What was the importance of bringing up those kids and the red steps and all that? Like, we never really got, like, what purpose did any of that really serve?
Well,
like,
it's what got one of the reasons why he started to investigate.
Well, that's where the cop, okay. If that's as simple as it is,
that's
I
what
just don't
Annie.
know.
Well, I think it was like what Annie kind of got him questioning about the kids because she like was freaking out and shit.
Maybe. Again,
that's what got him on. If I remember correctly, that's what got him on the track of those kids and trying to figure out what happened at the Red Steps.
But that would go to
died.
Like. No, you're right, but that would go to like how simplistic and straightforward it was. I kind of feel
the show
like
is kind of like that though, like, right? Because we've done this before where we're like, oh man, we think there's more to it, and then it ends up being just as straightforward as it is.
Food for thought. What if before they started kidnapping kids, they actually brought them to this town to live, and those kids were actual like whatever TP, TK, call them whatever the fuck you want to call them, and they just covered up whatever, and now they started kidnapping kids because giving them a life in the town didn't seem to work. Maybe just a thought.
I want there to be more to it. You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying to remember the way when they were talking about them and they revealed that whole scene with him going down there and seeing where they were on the map and it's hard to say because I originally thought that they had some kind of powers and that was why like they got taken, but their bodies were there.
Like your portrayal is they were just teens fucking around in the wrong.
Well,
place.
originally I thought they were taken by the Institute and it was
That
a cover up.
incident is why they do things the way they do it now.
But because the kids were snooping around, the whole reason the fence got put up was because the kids were snooping, not because they were part of the Institute.
I have to bring up.
Would be interesting.
I have to bring up. We brought up the Three's Company reference, and at the same time, John Ritter's son was in the show. So I just had to point that out. Yeah.
Oh, that's freaky deaky.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. Scarlett, have you ever watched Three's Company?
Oh my god, I want to say I have watched episodes on like
Do you
either
remember
Nick at
Suzanne
Night
Summer?
or
Yeah.
oh god, what was the other? This is like way back in the day, like when I
No, that
probably
was eye candy. No, that was eye candy.
or
Suzanne
fuck,
Summer.
what was that fucking channel that played all the old fucking TV shows?
Oh, TV Land.
TV Land, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things where I probably didn't sit there and watch it. It was like background while we were like doing whatever, because it was one of the, because we grew up with like where the TV, we had TV and stuff like that, but we still like played with toys or like went outside and shit. So a lot of stuff was like, if you watched it, it was at night usually, and it was shit that just probably played in the background and you fell asleep to it.
Oh, that's right. You're a youngin'. I forgot. Yeah, you're young.
Well, we still played, like I was still the generation that played outside. Like we still played till like the street lights came on, and even after, like we would try to stay out after the street lights, think we were badasses and shit like that. But
there's street lights in Alabama.
shut up. Yeah, Miguel. Whatever.
You were the last breed of that generation, I think.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in between what, like was it a Gen X and a millennial?
Gotcha.
No, unfortunately, sweetheart, you are not.
No, I am. I'm somewhere in between it because like a lot of the stuff that we had was like a lot of this.
No, you could feel that way, but believe it or not, the generation that falls in that mark is from 1978 to 1981. Has to be your birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I know that's what they say, but I've seen them where they've had like the millennials, that whole like that generation. They put it. I've seen different dates for it, and I've even seen them where like my birth date was like they were trying to say like it's the year I was born is depending on how you see it. I'm not technically a millennial. It just depends on who, like which one you ask.
But that would be where me and Miguel unfortunately fall.
Me too.
So like that's why I say I'm somewhere in between, because depending on like, because I've looked it up.
Or a geriatric millennial, which I hate.
That's why I say I'm somewhere in between like that generation, because like my brother was more of a Gen Xer, but I was only born like 4 years after him, so a lot of the stuff he grew up with I maintained. So I kind of like watched a lot of those things, same music. Me and my brother were pretty close growing up. So it was weird. Like, even just some of the stuff they talk about from like the 80s kids, I remember a lot of that stuff to a degree.
What's your brother's name?
Do what?
It's not going to say that on air. Why are you asking her that on air?
Right.
I'm curious. It's not like Jethro or something like that.
Whatever, Mingo.
What the fuck?
All right. Anyways.
Me and my brother.
That's right where we fall.
Me and my brother are about a year apart, and we grew up. We were late 70s, early 80s kids. So
I'm 10 years apart from my brother.
Wow, that's a good distance. Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are old as fuck. I know what he said. Yeah.
It was not fun growing up with a brother that much older than you.
Well, I'll tell. Yeah. Well, you know what? It was good for me because I had an older brother, and
I
luckily,
wish
like
I had a sister.
but I wasn't like a geek in school. Like I didn't get pushed around and shit. But like if I ever had a beef or like any problems and shit, like I had my brother had my back and shit, and he had his friends too. So it was always like not like I ever really did, to be honest. But and having that kind of like backup, like we were so close together, it was kind of like it was good to have. So, I ended up, how high school goes. I ended up partying with all those guys too and shit. So, fun
Yeah.
times. Yeah, when you're that close, anyway. Like you said, 10 years it's kind of different. I had a cousin who was like, I think I was a senior when he was a freshman, so like he got lucky. He got the benefit because like nobody would fuck with him, right? Because like I'm a
Yeah,
senior,
I'm closer. I'm closer in age to like my cousin Lindsay and them. When it
Yeah,
comes to Terry, my cousin Terry and them, they're all like 8 to 10 years older than me.
yeah. So like I was always looking out for his back. Like not like he really needed it either, but like if he ever did, like nobody was gonna fuck with that kid because like you'd have to answer to me and my friends. You know what I mean? It's how it goes, right? Family, bro. That's what we do.
That's what Vin Diesel said.
Fair
I
enough.
always wondered what it'd be like if I had a sister.
My mom always wanted us to have a sister. I had two brothers. Oh, yeah, and we never had like a sister. And she kind of wanted one, I think, towards the end there. I kind of wanted a sister too, to be honest with you. I won't lie. Because it was just a house of guys and just my mom. You know what I mean? It would have totally changed the dynamic, I think.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
Now I have a niece, so like now like I use my niece like as if it was a sister. Like, so she's getting to that age too where she's like almost 11, you know and so I'll be knocking down the doors, fucking, if she starts like dating boys and shit. Yeah, it. I'll be up all on that shit. You better be nice to you, I'm gonna beat his ass. You give him a hard time.
Right? Meet him at the door with a shotgun.
You bet. Yep.
What
I'll
are
be
your
cool.
intentions?
I'll be cool, but like, yeah, you lay down the law, like, you gotta let them know what's what.
hit him with the Will Smith. You ever been with a man?
Yeah.
Or-
I am a godfather, so I do take some sort of responsibility within that role as well.
We'll see. We'll see. We got one episode to go, and we will see what happens. See what they do, and then I get to be done with the Institute. Woo! One episode to go, and done. Hell yeah!
Well, if you don't stream it, I'm gonna stream it next
I don't
season.
care. You have fun.
And then I'm
with
gonna
it.
make you come on my stream and talk
I'm
about it
not
every
coming on
episode.
no stream with the Institute. You can't make me do a damn thing. That's one thing you're gonna learn. You ain't gonna make me do a damn thing. I'm stubborn.
I'm the only one who can make her talk about shows.
I'm gonna
And we're
call
getting
you
it. And
out.
look, and a lot of those patients are running very thin on these shows. I don't have too many more in me of freebies that I'm like, okay, we'll see.
So how do you feel compared to Dead City? How does this compare?
I don't know. They're both kind of shitty to me. I don't know, the same.
Really, the same?
No, I think that City and them were worse because have we said zeros for this show yet? Those shows we have said 0 for. It's not in the 0 category. Mayfair was 0. This Dead City was 0. Last of Us was 0. This we've been at least been given 5s.
There's enough there to intrigue you and frustrate you with this show, I think. Like at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, like I said, I'm good. This was fun while it lasted.
Party's
James
over, man.
He's going to cover season 2 on the Institute. So make sure you subscribe to James so you can see all his future episodes on the next season of the Institute.
Right. Okay. Remember that Dana. Now it's Dana. Behave. I don't know, man. I can't do it.
Right.
Because shows give you a feeling, right? And I don't feel it. It's just slow. The pacing, the writing, the acting, like you guys are talking about, it's just not great to me. Anyway, this is my own personal opinion. But
Watch next season kick ass.
I don't know.
Next season will
Shows,
kick ass.
I don't know though. But some shows, like I just started Dexter Resurrection, that gave me a feeling that it's great, and it is. It's amazing in all kinds of aspects: casting, music, cinematography, the writing, everything. So then I watch Alien Earth, and it's pretty damn good too. So it's like you get to something like this, and it's just, oh man, it just feels, it drags on you. And if it drags on you, and again, it's all of our personal opinions, right? But it's just dragging on me, you know?
It doesn't lead you to want to watch them. Like I said before many times, it's like at the end of an episode, you want it to keep going. Like you don't want to wait for the next episode. You just want to keep rolling along. And this show really it doesn't do that. Like you're not sitting there going, I have to see the next episode. You know what I mean? That's truly like the mark of a good show, I think.
Yep. Like I can't wait. I'm ready for Dexter. I'm like, when's that shit coming? When is it out? When do we get any more?
Yo, James, put the show on your channel, More Dead Stuff. And when they ask you what's dead about it, say the ratings. Oh.
Ooh, don't. Yep. I've been looking for a direction for that channel. I think we just found it.
What makes this show dead?
The ratings.
Let me check.
Like I said, we'll see. One more episode to go, and then, like I said, we'll see if I'm pretty sure they're going to do a season 2, but we'll see what happens. Or at least a few guys out there who have enjoyed it. We'll see, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do one. Again, I just don't like the pacing of it, among other things. It's not captivating enough for me to want to have another season.
I'm looking at the ratings right now on IMDb, and it has 6.8 out of 10, which is actually fairly good, I would think.
Not horrible.
And the popularity is 48. If you look at like the popularity scale, that's pretty high. 48.
Well, as of now, there's been. So I asked Google if they have announced a season 2 for the show. And it says, no, a second season of the Institute TV series has not been officially announced. However, the show's creator, Benjamin Cavell, has expressed interest and plans for future seasons. According to MovieWeb and Something Library, he even mentioned conversations with Stephen King about potential directions for future seasons, according to MovieWeb. The series finale is described as cathartic, but also setting up future storylines, according to MovieWeb. Or the interview that the director did on
3
MovieWeb.
seasons and the setup with the precog, like I said, watch.
And just to rub it in Scarlett's face, I'm looking at the headshot of Maureen, our poor cleaning lady. She looks much better in real life than what they portray her on the show. So.
Does she really?
So it has not officially been announced yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at her headshot on IMDb, and she looks much better than what they portrayed her as on the show. Yeah. But so there you go, Scarlett. There's my eye candy. No, I'm kidding.
So what? If they do a season 2, because this is basically from what I've just been seeing, this is almost the end of the book. So everything else,
everything is supposed to have happened in the first book, or in the book is supposed to be season 1. After season 1, they're opening up, if they do a season 2, supposed to be working with Stephen King to open up and build upon the world that was kind of in the book.
I'm going to read the book. I am going to listen or read I am going to read just to see because like, again, I brought this up on a previous show, like Ben Barnes, the cop, his part is really muted in the book. And they made a conscious decision to elevate his role on the show. So, like, I'm curious to see.
I honestly think that's
what's up, Carl?
It should have been his story all along. And then bring in what's going on at the Institute as he's kind of figuring out what's going on. Seeing, like, that would have made for a better story, I personally think.
Read the book, Chris. It might ruin the show. Oh wait, forget it. That already happened. Go ahead, read the book.
Yeah. Well, they say like it covers the first season, so like I'm curious to see where they leave off in the book, and where it.
It's only one book. It's just a one book.
Right.
It's a
It's a one and done.
And yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see where it differentiates from the actual show, because like they said, the cop really doesn't come into play. He comes into play in the beginning a little bit, and
Yeah,
then
I
at
think
the very
Scarlett
end.
Enix got too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just looking to see if like the real disappointment of this whole series is like the portrayal of the kids while they're in the institute. Like that to me was the biggest letdown, I thought.
Right.
Right?
There's a
And
lot of
so
bad stuff about it.
yeah, boring, just kind of stupid and like whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just trying to see if the book can kind of make it more engaging or tell a better kind of story of the kids' tale of them,
Mhm.
their experience within the institute, because that's really where this show to me really failed. I thought the cop story was good. I thought all the outside stuff, the conspiracy theory stuff with the management and Sigsbee and the doctor, like to me that wasn't really the worst parts of the show. It was really the kids and the way they were portrayed and the way they acted within the institute that
Right.
really kind of killed
And
it for me.
now that, like, if you had listened or read the book before the show, you might have actually liked it. But now, when you listen or read it, you're going to see that kid's face as Luke the whole way through.
I know.
And
Yeah.
you're not going to like it regardless. It's like
I'm
the
gonna be
ripple.
biased.
It's that
Yeah.
ripple effect, right?
Either that or I'll be going, God damn it, why did they do this in the show? You know what I mean? Like what the yeah.
Well,
Give me one
there
of them.
is allegedly a really, really big part that they did leave out. I didn't listen to the rest of the video, but I know there is a big scene that happens on a train or something like that, and it was like a good like 2 or 3 chapters of the book that this I guess part is taking place on like this train or something, and they left it out, and that pissed off a lot of book readers.
They scrubbed it. Yeah, probably to make room for the cop story.
Well, probably for budget, because clearly they
Yeah,
can't even
for
afford.
budget because of the blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of
And
the blood.
shit. Well, no, I mean, it's pretty telling though. Like if that's where you're going, and you're that low on budget, that the few times that you actually do have blood in the episodes, it's that bad. Like that's
So we're saying this should have been.
That's minor stuff on the set. Like, god damn.
So we're saying this should have been released on HBO and not MGM Plus because they.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to.
Well,
or Showtime.
You know,
MGM's
look,
probably got some stuff where they show better than that.
I don't want to bring up bad vibes, but sometimes you hire the wrong crew, and once you shoot it, you're like, okay, it didn't look that good, but we can't afford to
go
reshoot
back.
it or something.
Yeah.
But it is true that there are bad crews. I mean, the Western that happened where the cinematographer got killed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so there's bad.
Oh, is that the Alec
crews.
Baldwin one? The Alec Baldwin
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. So it's if you just, that's an extreme, of course, but same thing would happen with special effects and stuff. You can see that in movies. You can see we opted for this cheaper studio, and you can tell sometimes.
Right.
Know? It's not that they kind of did it, but pay a little more and it would have looked seamless, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like I
needed
said, at first I didn't
they-
really notice it, but then when I went back to take the screenshots and I stopped and I kind of like really was looking, I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Because I stopped it and then I played it again and I watched the blood like start to come out. And I'm like, wait, that's just fucking, that's weird. Like it was
So
just off-putting.
So James, would you say they needed Greg Nicotero to make these blood scenes a little bit more realistic?
Oh, I'm totally,
I'm kidding.
I'm totally not qualified to answer that.
I mean, literally,
I
if
had
you
to
take
throw
the
that.
body out and you kind of just look at the blood, it literally looks like somebody spilled some kind of drink all over the floor.
Yeah.
Like they spilled a slushy and it melted. Yeah.
Like it just doesn't.
But you know what? If that kid had been acting his ass off, and at this point we're giving it an 8 or something like that, and that main kid was just, man, he's so awesome.
You would look over things.
Yeah, I would have totally looked over that. You know,
but when you're seeing such bad acting, and then you see bad effects and all this kind of stuff, and it's very cheap. Like you can just tell how cheap they did a lot of it, and for them to have and then they only did 8 episodes, so I guess their budget was really fucking tight. I don't know.
Yeah, you would think at least 10 episodes would be, decent.
I'm not asking for a lot here, in truth. I mean, it shows. And it shows in a really bad way. It's not even like, okay, well, this is cheesy, and it's still good. No.
And you could even truncate those 8 episodes to like 6, to be honest, because there was a lot of filler stuff that not really much happened. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then to know that they took out a whole couple chapters of like a train scene, well, that just sounds like they didn't have budget.
Might be. It might very well be.
And that's sad, because why would you take on something like that if you don't have the budget for it? That's just fucking shitty.
Well, it was probably
that's why we always hate these adaptations and stuff, because they end up, we had to make cuts here for this, and then you watch it back and you're like, well, you cut this out, but you gave us this. Like, what in the fuck?
Well, you almost have to look at it like, you remember in the old days when they in TV shows, like they'd have that Christmas break, and then they'd have new shows debut right after the break, and they'd only do like half a season just to see if they were good enough to go to the next, to renew it. That's kind of how I look at this show. It was kind of like, all right, well, let's give it this amount of episodes. Let's see if it sticks and people like it, and we'll go from there. That's kind of how I kind of look at it, which is why it's funny, because when they're filming this, right, they don't by the time they're done filming all of the episodes, they still don't know if there's a second season. So how are they going to wrap this season up? Like, in case it gets canceled and doesn't go, it's going to be one of those shows, I guess, where it's like they just leave you on a cliffhanger, and it's like, oh, it got canceled, fuck it, oh well, and it's like the story just goes to shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, because they're ending it on the book's ending, I see them having an ending, whatever that is. But because, of course, they already said they want to leave it open for a second season.
But in one episode, how are they going to wrap it up?
Well, they're going to end this institute.
I know, but
this place, I believe, is going to be ended, and we'll have our parties sort of, I don't know, getting ready to go somewhere, and then they could just kind of end it with them on that sort of cliffhanger. Whether they're going to go forth or not. But
that's what rakes me, because they wasted so much time on countless filler bullshit on these episodes, where it's like, if they were going to wrap it up, they could have. Like, how are they going to wrap everything up in a nice tight bow by the end of one?
Well, they're going to wrap up a storyline, not like the.
Yeah, but I know, but
they're not going to give us all of it. They're going to wrap up this Institute storyline.
I agree, but it's like the ending of Game of Thrones. Everybody knew the ending, but the way they got there was shit. It's just like this. It's going to be like shit. Like, they wasted so much time on countless bullshit in earlier like, they could have condensed 1 and 2 episodes to one.
Oh yeah,
like,
I agree. These were like 30-minute episodes that they drug on for an hour.
And that's my biggest problem. It's like, okay, so we're going to get through all this, and they're going to wrap everything up in 45 minutes in the next episode. It's like,
well, they had less than 2 hours when we ended before the next event.
That's what kills me. Though. It's like,
and I'm assuming that, and not only that, they might. I didn't look to see how long the next episode is. I was just going to assume that they made it a little longer.
Last episode was 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking this next one might be closer to an hour or even more, but I didn't go look yet to see. I was thinking they might make it longer to give them time to truly wrap up that sort of whatever, because something's going to happen in this next episode at the Institute. The one kid's not going to let them turn him into a conductor, at least not without him fighting in some regard. And then, of course, our girl, or Sigsby, they're going to have to do something. Everybody's not just going to sit there in the house together.
They're going to have to go back. Well, they got to go back. They got to go back. They got to get the kid. They got to get Nikki, the black chick. They got to get the little kid, right? Like, does anybody think they're not going to circle back and try to rescue them before the end of the season?
Well, yeah, they're going to get there, and I'm assuming the place is going to be all explodey and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like this last episode is going to jam way too much shit in there, when it could have probably been handled a little bit better. They spread
the whole
out.
way through. They didn't really, like, the way they've done all the information and stuff has been pretty shitty.
It's going to be interesting. I'll tell you what. Remember what I said? 5, 6, and 7 were the big episodes. where they needed to like really make stuff happen and connect dots and kind of get things in line in order to end the season right. I don't feel like they did that like so far. I'm like, we'll see the next episode, but
I mean, they've pretty much connected most things and kind of tied up most of what, is going on and everything. There's not too much left to discover for the closing of this story. They're going to leave some of that for the second season. If they for when they are going to try to have a second season, I would see them leaving a lot of the mystery behind the main guy and some of the precognition and stuff like that. But as far as what's going to happen at this institute with the kids that are there, I feel like they're going to wrap that up in the last episode to a degree. At least we'll see who's left and who, if Miss Zigbee is going to still be with them or if she's going to be dead or be still with the institute. But I think they're going to try to wrap it up.
So how many of us think they're going to end on a cliffhanger? I say yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a cliffhanger in the sense that, like, they're going to be, now we have to go move on to this next thing.
Well, just unanswered questions where people are going to be sitting there. If you're watching this and and you've been watching the whole series, you're going to go, that's it? Like, oh, what's next? Like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's definitely going to happen. And like I said, when they were shooting this, they didn't know they even had an episode, season 2. So, like, the whole thing, like, yeah, it's a book, it's contained, but it's like at the time that wasn't the intention. So it's just going to be curious to see.
Well, they always, from what I understood, they always kind of seemed like they wanted to have a second season. It just depended on how the first season went.
The last episode is going to be 55 minutes.
Okay. It's about an extra 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. Well, that's the thing. Like, is it going to be like I'm just wondering like what the cliffhanger is going to be. It's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, who's the guy on the phone? Who's the big bad boss guy that we don't ever get to see?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to reveal that.
Right. Yeah.
Until the second or third season or something like that, depending on how many they actually want to milk it for.
They better give it. Well, see, you're not going to cover it. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to make you come on my show.
Cover it. I'm not coming on your show to cover this.
I'm going to make you.
How are you going to make me? All right. I can't wait to see.
I'm going to call you out.
I don't give a shit. I won't be there to hear it.
Scarlett's a coward.
Yep. I'm a coward.
Who's this Walking Dead chick?
Oh, damn. Oh, man. Dana. I hate it when that happens.
I know, right?
The internet sucks sometimes.
Yes, it does.
But it's because I'm scared, too. I'm shaking. Actually, it's kind of cold in here. I should go get a blanket.
That Rick guy. Yeah, that guy.
Right. But we'll see. We got one episode to go. We'll see how they end the season. And got a lot of other things to look forward to. Stranger Things, Fallout, Alice in Borderlands.
Yep.
Lots of good things to come. I'm sure there's some more. Those were just the top 3 I could think of that I know between now and December. So yeah, we got some things that we'll get into, and I'm still going to try to get through all of BioShock. And so as soon as I finish with the BioShock games, I'm going to dive into Fallout 3 and try to play that leading up to, I think Fallout, is it coming out in December? I want to say somewhere around December. And then I'll try to play New Vegas while we're covering that one as well, and just kind of compare the game to the TV show, see how they differ. So that's going to be fun. And what else we got? Thursday night, right? We're doing the last 2 episodes of All of Us Are Dead.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the new season coming out for that? I know they did the teaser trailer.
I'm thinking probably either late winter or early spring, but definitely next year.
Okay,
yeah.
So we got a little bit of time, but at least we'll be all caught up for a bit. And I can't wait to see how they end this season. It's been good. A lot more entertaining than some of the other stuff we've been covering. So I'm looking forward to Thursday night And of course, always probably hang out, play some games, maybe have some drinks. Who knows? On Friday night, we'll come up with some stuff. Maybe we'll go over some trailers and stuff for some things that are out, or even some things that maybe you haven't seen before. It might even be old things. We'll check them out and see what are some good things to watch if you haven't seen it, or what are some things that are coming out. And just have some fun Friday night. And James, when are you streaming again?
I don't think I have anything scheduled at the moment, so not sure.
All right, so that means stay tuned, folks. He's planning some awesome things. He's getting all the details worked out. I know you're going to have some awesome creators come on and talk about Walking Dead and so much more. So
Yes,
can't wait to see.
Dexter. We have to talk about Dexter.
Yeah,
I gotta catch up on Dexter. Yeah. That I've been meaning to do that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and I finally got the DVD today for the Alice in Borderland anime.
Oh,
So
nice.
maybe next Thursday, like we did All of Us Are Dead, because I think there's only like 6 episodes, and I think they're half-hour episodes. So maybe we'll do a live watch.
You could bang out. You could bang out like 3, like an hour and a half. Like we do 2 hours with All of Us Are Dead.
Pretty much. So thinking about doing that for next week.
Nice.
See how it kind of.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
But yeah, so that's what we got going on for the rest of the week, it looks like, folks. But I'm probably going to get ready to wrap this one up for tonight anyways. You got to get up early.
We got to give it a rating. We got to give it a rating.
I did rate it.
Well, you did. I know you did.
I thought y'all rated it.
I did a 6.5 or 6.2. 6.2. Dana?
I'm around 5, like 8.
All right. James?
5.
Wow. Damn.
And that's kind of overall and the episode at the moment.
Right. That's where I'm pretty much at too.
Wow, I'm the one with the I rating. Goddamn.
Well, I can't help it that you're easy, Chris.
Well,
Wait, what about you? What would you rate it?
6.5. Fuck it.
Ooh.
There you go. Yeah, see? Like there was at least action in this. Like shit happened. At least shit happened in this episode.
And even then, it was pretty shitty.
Jack Ritter's son died, man.
No, he didn't.
Officer Drew. Who's Officer Drew?
Off the Night Knocker.
Oh,
Coming knock on our door. We've been waiting for you.
He's the Night Knocker. You get it? Coming knocking on.
Yeah. That's what I said. I put the 2 and 2 together at one point. Yeah.
So, again, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for hanging out tonight and joining us on panel and in the chat, and all you guys who watch it on the replay. And we will be back on Dana's Thursday night for All of Us Are Dead. And then we'll be back here Friday night. And then who knows what we'll have in between and after. But just make sure you always stay tuned, hit the like, all that good stuff. You never know what we'll do. We always try to throw in random things here or there. Again, have a great night. And we'll see you guys Thursday on Dana's.
Bye.
Have me on. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Paint me a scene, city in color, the way that you see, the way you see it. Don't you wish that I could give you, I could give you everything. 1, 2, 3, and my heart is racing. Can't fall asleep, I got my mind in a throw. Weightless, floating through the day. Trust that I'll be okay. I'm happy alone, but a little go. Waiting for you. this world.